Tara mag-aral tayo dito sa Angeles City Senior High School upang ikaw ay matuto dito sa Angeles City Senior High School. Tara mag-aral tayo dito sa Angeles City Senior High School upang ikaw ay tumalino dito sa Angeles City Senior High School. Tara, mag-aral tayo. Tara, magsikap tayo. Tara, 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 tara.
Okay, good morning everyone. We will start this program by having a short prayer followed by a Makabayan song. All will be presented via audiovisual presentation. Thank you. Sir?
Dearest Lord, the guide of all who seek wisdom, the fount of intelligence, and the inspiration of learning. You who gave us the opportunity to do great things, that is done for the greater glory of your name. We gather today, despite the challenges we battle, to explore our expertise and display the fruits of our hard work that gives you due honor and glory. We implore your loving guidance as we discuss the research made by one who seeks to learn more and pursue milestones to reach this point of this academic journey. We pray that you come and join us and lead the way towards the success of the researcher, the panel, and those who will benefit further from what we have done today. Help us engage more into knowing and keep our spirits alive as we continue to remain in your loving guidance and to be blessed by your infinite wisdom. We beseech you, O Lord, that in our fruits of labor we are able to give back to you and to our brethren in need of education, that they may desire to know you more, to love you more, and to seek you more. This we ask and pray through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyong ibibigay. Tungkulin ko nagampanan na lagi kang paglingkuran. Ang buhay ako'y nabantayan, Pilipinas kong mahal. Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyong ibibigay. Tungkulin ko
morning everyone to my fellow teachers and to all the students of Angeles City Senior High School. Welcome to Angeles City Senior High School Third School Research Congress. This time it's virtual edition, okay? So to have his opening remarks, may I call in the CBI coordinator, Sir Vito Dominic Sese. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Okay, good morning, students. Good morning, my fellow teachers. This marks our third Angeles City Senior High School Research Congress. So, to make it simple, guys, research, lagi kinakaayawan natin yan as students. Okay, even sa aming mga teachers na we're still studying, others are still studying, ayaw namin talaga ang research. But let's all be reminded that we are doing research in basic education, in tertiary, and even in post graduate courses because we want to see, or the professors want to see if you really know what you have learned on the different subjects that you took. And another thing, let's all be reminded also that research is done every day. Okay? Hindi siya kailangan na um, ginagawa mo siya parati ng paper, okay? You are researching even with simple things, okay? And another, if you notice, Japan dati napakahirap niyan after World War II, but because of different researches with technology, look what happened to Japan and Korea, okay? Philippines can also be that kind of country if we continue to research things that can help us improve. So we start small, we start here at our school. Let's improve ourselves and our knowledge through researching. And with that, guys, good luck to your presentation and always um, try to learn something on everything that you do every day. So good morning, guys.
Thank you very much po. Sir, sabi nga nila learning is a continuous process. So, dito sa mundo natin, pabago-bago. Okay? So, kung anong alam natin ngayon, kung anong katalinuhan natin ngayon, sabi ko nga pwedeng maging kamangmangan na natin bukas. No, kaya lagi tayong dapat patuloy na mag-aral at paano yan? Siyempre, pinapakita natin sa pamamagitan ng pananaliksik. Okay? It's time for our general instructions. So, allow me to read our instructions for today. First, video presentation should be maximum of 15 minutes para ito sa ating mga researchers, okay? Then number 2, 5 minutes of Q&A. Then number 3, start of presentation, last 10 minutes, last 5 minutes. So magkakaroon kami ng parang queue, okay? Na meron na lang kayong last 10 minutes or last 5 minutes, okay? And end of presentation, indicators will be sent to the chat box or flashed by the panelist. Okay? And number 3, each presenting groups should have a secretary for the comments and suggestion of the panelist. So meaning to say, kung meron kayong nagdi-discuss na leader, meron din dapat kayong secretary sa group nyo na nagmo-monitor. Okay, sa comment or sa comment section, doon sa message box para sa ating mga panelists. Okay, kasi mahirap kasi yung habang nagpe-present, ikaw din na nag-i-scan ng mga questions. Okay? So, time to meet our panelists for this morning session. First, she finished or graduated Bachelor of Arts in English, NC2 Contact Center Services, Teacher 2 in ACSHS, Ma'am Jinky D. Navallo. Ma'am Jinky, good morning.
Ay, good morning po, sir. Good morning po sa lahat.
Thank you, ma'am. Second panelist, Master of Education major in Filipino, NC2 Housekeeping, Teacher 2 in ACSHS, Ma'am Anita P. Mutuk. Good morning, ma'am. Okay. And then our chairwoman currently taking Master of Arts in Education major in English, NC2 Housekeeping and Food and Beverage Services, Teacher 2 in Angeles City Senior High School, Madam Rowena Gomez. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po. Good morning, everyone.
Okay. So let's start our Sir Vito. Should I also introduce the panelists for the afternoon session or maybe later?
Later na lang po, sir, before
Okay,
ng
thank
start.
you. So, start na po tayo ng ating presentation for our first group. Who is our first group for today? Okay, Lawrence section. We will start with Lawrence section. I think it's Mr. Marigondon's group, right?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so pwede na kayo mag-share screen.
Ay, okay guys, for those na magstay po dito sa ah, Google Meet, habang di pa po schedule ang group, you may leave and return once the schedule is there. Then panelists din po, sila na lang po yung magstay together with Sir Ronald tsaka po ako. Yung the rest po may leave the Google Meet.
Thank you, sir. Sige po.
Thank you po.
Thank you very much po to
Good
all who
luck
attended
po.
our
Permission to leave.
opening program. Maraming salamat po. See you later po.
Yan po.
Okay, it's playing.
So, a pleasant day to everyone. So, for today's sessions, we will discuss our research entitled Perspective of Grade 12 TVL ICT Students Towards Distance Learning Modes During COVID-19. So, the research was conducted in Angeles City Senior High School with the school year 2020-2021. So, let's proceed to the part one of the discussions, which is introductions. In December 2019, the COVID-19 virus that originated in China started an outbreak that slowly affected almost every part of the globe. Consequently, the World Health Organization declared this outbreak as a pandemic on March 11, 2020. So, this unforeseen event caused a drastic change in every aspect of living. So, to reduce the rate of infections, businesses, workplaces, and institutions have been temporarily closed by government around the world. The lockdown response, officially known as community quarantine, began in Luzon on March 16, which led people to stay at home, with some being relieved from their jobs and studies. Meanwhile, the government has been taking measures to contain the virus and compensate the people who needed to survive due to the prior loss of employment. The school year for 2019-2020 ended abruptly due to the pandemic, and concerns have been established on how to begin the next school year, along with the learning system to be applied. The 2020 school years in public school was originally planned to start on August 24. However, it was moved to a later date of October 4, 2020 by the DepEd. The DepEd of Education introduced blended or learning as the primary learning mode in the country. So this refers to students staying at home while studying using online or physical modules and learning through synchronous classes through video calls. So this is the first time it has been implemented nationally, and students and teachers alike will have to adjust to the new system. So for the next part, it will be discussed by Mr. Romuel M. Marigondon.
Research question. This research paper is proposed to identify the changes that brought the COVID-19 pandemic to grade 12 students of Angeles City Senior High School, and also the ways of managing the recent learning model implemented by the Department of Education. Specifically, we ask ourselves these four circumstances. First, what are the experience of the students regarding this distance learning mode? Second, what adjustment do they have to do to get through just to comply? Third, how do they manage the challenges of physiological and psychological with regards to pandemic brought to their education? And fourth, for what reason do students choose their preferred type of learning? Next, paradigm of the study. This research would use a descriptive type of research that provides an accurate portrayal of the characteristic of a particular individual, situation, or group. This study will employ the input process output model, in which input contains the grade level, age, gender, student of Angeles City Senior High School, and the types of distance learning mode of the students. Process. The process includes the analysis of the data gathered through interviews, questionnaires, survey data analysis, thematic coding, Likert scale, output. The output carries the following: students' experience in their education amidst this pandemic, the discovered adjustment of the students implemented by the distance learning mode, how they manage both physiological and psychological during this pandemic, and the reason why they chose those type of distance learning. Framework of the study. As you can see in the presentation, there are three factors that determine our research title. These three portions are our main component of conducting the study. This pieces represents the current situation of the world, the current implementation of the Department of Education towards the learning mode of the students, and lastly, the grade 12 students of Angeles City Senior High School, which technically we also belong, whereupon providing the topic of perspective of grade 12 PBL students towards distance learning mode during COVID-19. And the next part will be discussed by Ms. Rian Ocampo.
Significance of the study. It is crucial to have concern over the ways the pandemic has affected the educational sector due to inadequate preparation. In every newly applied system, there are bound to be errors in some of its aspects, which could be improved eventually with innovative, effective procedures. In Angeles City Senior High School, the study will provide an outlook regarding the current learning modes. The results of the study hope to determine the perspective of grade 12 TVL ICT students towards distance learning modes during COVID-19 in Angeles City Senior High School in the school year of 2020-21. Particularly, the study will benefit the following. To the curriculum, developers and school officials, this study will serve as a basis on what possible measures should be implemented in the new learning system. Number two, to senior high school students. This study will benefit the students as to how they will properly cope with the sudden academic caused by the pandemic. To the teachers, the result of the study will provide the teachers a perspective from the students regarding online learning. Lastly, to the parents, the study will provide a deep understanding of the experiences of students as they learn in the learning setting. Scope and delimitation. Number one, the investigation is to be conducted only to grade 12 TVL ICT students of Angeles City Senior High School through an online survey via Google Forms in accordance with the community quarantine guidelines. Number two, the researchers will provide questions pertaining to the student's experience with the current learning mode. The data received from up to 12 grade 12 students shall be assessed and statistically treated to answer the research questions provided. Number three, possible setbacks of this investigation include the lack of personal interaction from the participants, as the researchers cannot risk the infection from the virus. Method. The investigation is to be conducted through an online survey via Google Forms in accordance with community quarantine guidelines. The researchers will provide questions pertaining to the student's experience with the current learning mode. The data received from up to 12 ICT, PBL ICT grade 12 students shall be assessed and statistically treated to answer the research questions. And the next part will be presented by Mondre Ashaw.
The participants of this study include the students of Angeles City Senior High School in TVL track who are currently taking part in distance learning during school year 2020 and 2021. The instruments used in the study are the following. Let's start off with the questionnaire. Questionnaires aim to gather information by presenting a number of fake questions for respondents to answer. The researcher used an online type of questionnaires to gather the specific information needed. Thematic coding. This is a form of qualitative analysis which involves recording or identifying passages of text and images that are linked by a common theme or idea. Thematic coding was also used by the researchers. Thematic coding was also used by the researchers in analyzing and extracting the data collected from the questionnaires. For the questionnaires of this research contains the following types. First, Likert scale. It was the most used type of questionnaires. It was developed by a psychologist, Francis Likert. It is used to measure the respondents' attitude directly by providing various statements and allowing them to express whether they agree or disagree with said statements, which ranges from strongly disagree to strongly agree. Second, single selection multiple choice question. This type of closed-ended question provides a series of different answers to choose from, and the respondent shall only pick one of those given choices. This will be used to find out variables such as student socioeconomic status. Lastly, multiple selection or multiple choice questions. This is a deviation from the single selection multiple choice type, as it allows its respondents to choose more than one answer. This type is implemented for questions that don't require a limited answer, such as the student's chosen learning mode. Advancing to the data collection procedure, questionnaires are used. It was formulated and developed online via Google Forms. And when the quality of the instrument had been refined and settled, the distribution process of the questionnaires had begun. The data gathered was automatically gathered due to the program. After the data has been organized, it was analyzed using thematic coding to achieve a team similarities of idea among the data gathered. Finally, when the findings were achieved, the researchers formed a conclusion. That's it for the methods. Let's proceed to the related studies.
Let's proceed to the review of related literature and studies. Based on Joaquin, Bianca, and Dacela, the paper Philippine Higher Education Sector in the Time of COVID-19, it shows that despite the measures made by Philippine institutions, there are still gaps and challenges faced along with these responses. It recommends that there should be a deeper understanding of distance education and deeper knowledge of the dire circumstances of the current times. Marineri, Land, and Jensen, 2020, have written a global survey report regarding the impact of COVID-19 on higher education. Its results showed that almost all institutions have responded to the COVID-19 crisis and that there's a complexity in avoiding complete disruption of institution activities. While managing distance learning is possible, it could result negatively in the quality of learning, and it could also widen the inequality in learning opportunities.
T and others. Examine the psychological impact of COVID-19 pandemic among students. Results show that 1/4 of respondents reported moderate to severe anxiety levels, 1/7 reported moderate to severe stress levels, and 1/6 reported moderate to severe depression and psychological impact.
According to Bao, at Peking University in China, they should consider offline self-learning and online teaching method. She also said that we should implement open discussion for better deep learning of the students.
COVID-19 compelled academic experts to reconsider the traditional way of face-to-face learning, and they started considering distance learning as a feasible option to fill the classroom void for duration of 3 to 4 months, thus reducing the risk of infection for students before conventional activities are resumed. These are according to Koshimes and others. And according to Hadija and Shalawati, research boundaries that educators experience when utilizing e-learning, the absence of time to set up and exercise it, utilizing innovation was a significant test that teachers experienced.
Ratnik, 2017 indicated significant differences in student satisfaction levels when online classes were compared to face-to-face learning of English as a foreign language.
Results and discussion. Themes of the study. Challenges in distance learning. As stated by T and others, there is a psychological impact of COVID-19 among students. Students stated that they experienced technical problems such as lack of equipment for learning and availability and cost of internet access and communication. Bao pointed out that discussions and open communication are also important for students to thoroughly and effectively experience deep learning with their studies. According to Waynes and Mawood, lack of access to fast, affordable, and reliable internet connections hinders the process of online learning, especially to those who are living in rural and marginalized communities. These experiences tend to be a hindrance for students to adjust and learn effectively. Coping mechanisms of students in distance learning. The second theme focuses on personal ways of the participants of lessening and coping with the stress they experience throughout distance learning. According to the respondents, the common method to cope with stress is proper time management. Chosen distance learning mode. The participants stated that the reason for their chosen distance learning mode, students chose digital learning, face-to-face, and digital learning are a bit similar in terms to where you still go to class by online. Modular learners are the type of students who may like writing and reading more than digitalized work. Findings. What type of learning did you choose? So based on this figure, the data shows that 35% of the respondents chose distance learning, 35% of the respondents chose blended learning, and 30% modular learning. How stressful is the distance learning for you during the COVID-19 pandemic? In this figure, the data shows that 25% of the respondents stated slightly, 25% very, 20% moderately, 15% extremely, and 50% not at all stressful. Based on the data gathered, a number of senior high school students have been experiencing challenges in learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are similarities in many aspects, particularly with their difficulties regarding their mental health. Collected data also shows that participants also tend to experience the loss of internet and ability, which can cause difficulties in learning and communication. However, students try to come up with ways and cope in order to remain active and productive in classes. All of the participants stated that proper time management helps them reduce stress, as well as taking enough food and rest. Most students stated that teachers help them by providing extra learning materials, some motivation to learn. Encountering these challenges are not only experienced by senior high school students, but also in other sectors of education, especially in the ones in lower classes. It is apparent that a new form of learning is still difficult for some, but can be adapted later on. In conclusion, distance learning is the new learning model that was introduced in the Philippines in order for students to continue their studies during the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet it is not without complications. For that reason, this research paper has been conducted to find out the perspective of senior high school students in regards to this new learning model. This investigation was conducted through surveys, questionnaires, and interviews on students of Angeles City Senior High School who took the TVL ICT track during the school year 2020 and 2021. The experienced have expressed their difficulties to adjusting to distance learning mode, unstable internet access, lack of equipment, school workload, and mental stress, which can affect their full academic performance. The qualitative data reveals that these challenges can be helped through resting, managing their time, and enjoying leisure tasks. Furthermore, the full support of parents, peers, classmates, teachers, and the community are a big help for learners to ease these challenges during the pandemic as they serve as a guide throughout these experiences. Moving over to the
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
so, sir,
yes,
before
sir.
anything else, I would like to inform the researchers that due to Ma'am Net's absence, you will be the one who will take her place. Okay. So, Sir Vito will take the place of Ma'am Net. as one of the panelists since wala si Ma'am Net, okay? So, Sir Vito?
We will be proceeding sa Q&A. So, Ma'am Jinky and Ma'am Weng, sino gusto mauna po?
Last na po ako.
Okay po.
Sir Vito, do they need to open their cam or not necessarily?
Much better po kung naka-open.
Okay, so if you have the ability to open your cam, or if you have the means to open your cam, researchers, can you please open your camera while answering your question? Okay, Ma'am Jinky,
Hello, good morning po sa lahat.
morning.
So I commend po all of the students who participated during our session for this day po. So I have few questions now po since sabi nga po ni Sir is at least maximum of 3. So my first question is, wait lang po ha. So what was the most challenging aspect of your research po sa mga researcher natin? So what was the most challenging aspect of your research? So who can answer po yung ating question?
I can.
Okay, you may proceed na.
Okay, I believe that the most challenging aspect in our research is the contact because of COVID-19 and the pandemic. Of course, we have to follow the community guidelines, and we don't have the means to have face-to-face interviews and collecting other data in person.
Okay, very well said. So how about the other members po? Do they have any idea din po? Or want to add some ideas or answer regarding dun sa sinabi ni Miss Estra? Wala na po ba? So, okay, wala na yata. So another question is, what is your motivation for this study? Or why did you come up with this study?
We chose this topic because it is relevant, if not the most relevant topic situation in our education in recent times. Implementing a system such as this is new to all of us, and it is important to us researchers to learn as much about it as we can, because in order to find solutions in the problems it proposes and improve upon it much more.
Okay, so that will be my question for their group, sir. So, Ma'am Weng, you may have the floor po. Thank you so much for answering my questions po.
Welcome.
Ma'am Weng, last ka na po. Okay, so good morning students. So first, medyo magiging technical ako ng konti with your paper. So the first one is your 4 research questions. I'm not sure if this is the edited one na binigay ng inyong triple I teacher. But correct me if I'm wrong. Your first question is, what adjustments do students have to get through to comply with the new normal way of learning? Tama ba? Or hindi siya?
No, sir. We updated our research questions.
Okay. So, okay, good. Na-update niya na to. Okay. Then, dun sa conclusion nyo, pwedeng paki-flash yung SOP nyo or statement of the problem kasi iba siya dito sa tinitignan kong paper. And then, can you flash the research question lang?
Wait, that's
Excuse me, sir. Sir, pwede na rin po bang ano yung mga comments or improvements po ng paper?
After Q&A, ma'am. Bigay natin.
Okay po.
Ay, ito lang pala, Rendel. Okay na. Okay, so,
I sent them now.
Okay, thank you, Ezra. So, you have 4 research questions and lahat to nasagot during your conclusion. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Your paper is what? Quali or quanti?
Quali po.
Quali. Okay, medyo kasi naging concern ko is, if I'm not mistaken, magiging concern din ni Ma'am Weng yan. You use Likert scale. Okay. Diba? Remember that whenever you're using Likert scale, it's a quantitative approach. Okay, so please take note of that. And possible na gawin nyo is you change this. Majority ba ng questions nyo sa mga respondents are open-ended questions?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. So, no need to change. Possible, ano na lang. Saan nyo ba tinanong yan? Saan nyo siya finocus yung may mga Likert scale nyo?
Isa lang po yung Likert scale po namin.
Saan,
Sa,
for what question on your SOP?
the amount of stress, I think. Kung
Amount of-
stressful po yung ano.
Ano, sir?
Okay.
Ano siya? Dalawa po siya, sir. Yung isa po yung sa...
Pala. Sa,
Under what SOP? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Oh, sa isa lang pala, sir. Yung lang po pala. Yung isa po pala, hindi po siya liquid scale pala.
SOP, for SOP number, ano siya? Para ma-adjust natin.
1 po.
SOP 1, experience. Okay. Basta take note of that na whenever you're, kasi nagmukha siyang mixed method. Okay. Meron kasi siyang quali concept na open-ended questions niya and the quanti concept which is use Likert scale. Possible, gawin yung adjustment with your methods under your research design. Gawin niyo siya mixed method na merong phenomenological approach and possible descriptive as a mixed method. Okay. Ayun. And also, pag nagpe-present kayo, mamaya na lang, oo nga pala, sabi ni Ma'am Jinky yung mga improvements. Mamaya ko na lang sabihin yung nakita ko. Okay, with that, I'll pass the floor to Ma'am Weng.
Okay, Ma'am Weng.
Okay. Clear ba yung boses ko?
Yes, ma'am, loud and clear.
Okay. How was your study related to your strand? Ezra. Ezra, Benter.
Di po namin ka-group si Bente.
Ay, sorry. Bertes pala, sorry. Paano kayo nag-came up sa study nyo? Your strand is ICT and animation. So, is it related to your strand po, yung study natin?
Kasi po, since ICT po kami, related po yung strand namin sa study in a way na lahat po kami halos online. And meron po kami mga problems dun in regards dun.
Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, you should be focusing on the technology, yung nakafocus kayo, hindi dun sa perspective. And then yung pag sinabi kasing perspective, dun sa title pa lang, makikita na natin na qualitative research na yung ginagawa natin. Nag-contradict kasi yung title natin dun sa research design. And kapag coding kasi, if I'm not mistaken, we use it in grounded theory. Pag coding kasi we are dealing with the example, yung mga articrafts. Okay? Nakapalog siya din sa mga may coding kasi na inaalam natin. Wherein, dun sa nakita ko, yung way of paradigm ng study nyo, nag-contradict din siya dun sa conclusion. Tama ba, Sir Vito?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, napansin ko rin doon sa ibang data nila.
Oo, hindi kasi yung paradigm natin of the study, kasi yung research design nyo is descriptive, title nyo is qualitative research, tapos yung input nyo, yung, tinitignan ko kasi yung paper nyo eh. Wait lang. Yung paradigm ng study nyo, yung interview, okay, that is part of qualitative research. Yung research question and survey, possible siya sa qualitative research. Pero kung paano nyo kinompose yung research question nyo. As Sir Vito mentioned, para kasing mixed method siya. Kasi kapag yung research question natin, open-ended siya, tapos may choices siyang inaano, that is quanti. Tapos, number one, what adjustment do students have to get through to comply with the new normal way of learning? So, ICT kayo,
In-update, in-update po naman yung research
May
question.
yung updated questions nila nasa comments.
nasa comment. Okay.
Nandito ma'am sa natin, comment box
Sa
natin.
chat
Sa
nila.
chat.
Okay. This would have to get through how the students cope with the difficulties both psychological and physical. Pero hindi pa rin siya related sa ano nyo, sa strand nyo yung ano nyo. Tama? Kasi experience siya. So, nakapaloob talaga siya sa qualitative research. So, tama sa Sir Vito, dapat mixed method yung ginawa natin. Difficulties. For what reason? Okay, pag reason kasi, quanti siya. Dapat yung mga wording, alam niyo yung mga specific words na appropriate sa quanti at saka sa quali. Kapag experience, perspective, that is for quali. Kapag reason siya, effect, okay, affect, pang quanti siya. Okay, dapat alam po natin yun sa ano, as researcher, dapat aware tayo dun sa mga wording. Tapos, dun sa related literature, did you paraphrase your review of literature?
Yes po.
Sure ba kayo doon? Parang nakita ko hindi man siya na-paraphrase.
Actually po ma'am yung sa review of
Rendell.
ano po namin ma'am sa literature naman namin is some of the ano po doon ma'am is not paraphrase po siya ma'am.
Okay. So, it's very important po na napaparaphrase po yung ano natin, review of literature. Kasi, plagiarism na yung magiging ano kapag kinuha nyo lang siya from the internet or any organization or book or article, pag kinapin niyo siya at nilagay niyo siya mismo dun sa article niyo, sa study niyo, magiging plagiarism na siya. Eh di ba number one na ano natin sa ethics ng research, bawal po ang plagiarism. Okay po, dapat po, how do you understand the text? Doon nyo siya ilalagay. Hindi po yung same word na nakuha nyo dun sa article, journal, or page. Tapos kukuhanin siya, ikakopy nyo sa ano nyo, sa paper nyo or sa study nyo. Nakita ko din dun sa result, how did you get your findings without, nakita ko na lang yung dun sa paper nyo, findings na agad, conclusion na agad, tapos nasan yung mga graph? Kasi may percentage pang na si
At yun lang ma'am king appendix.
Nasa appendix po ma'am. Hindi lang po namin siya nasama sa presentation kasi po masyado po siyang marami. And bale, ang nilagay na lang po namin is 2 graph na lang po na ano. Pero nandun po siya sa appendix po namin. Sa paper
Okay.
po.
So I know, in this time of pandemic, napakahirap gumawa, napakahirap makipag-communicate sa mga group natin, and I commend you with that. Siguro maaano natin tong research na to kapag na-revise na, kapag naayos na. Siyempre, with the proper guidance of your advisor po. Huwag kayong mas-stress, huwag kayong mag-worry sa mga sinasabi namin today kasi these comments are for improvement naman siya. Okay po?
Yes po ma'am.
Tapos, how did you differentiate questionnaires from interview? Kasi nakalagay si interview pero wala akong nakitang nag-indicate kayo ng interview. Tapos, dun sa results nyo, parang ano din siya from, para din siyang review of related literature. Which is dapat, di ba, yung data ng results nyo is coming from your own data collected from the interview, dun sa Google form. Tama po ba?
Yes. So yung ano po ma'am, di po sa presentation din po, hindi po namin dinasama yun sa interview po na ginawa po namin. So, meron po kaming video ano po recorded po na interview.
Mm.
So, ano po siya, 5 interview po siya. So, hindi lang po namin siya nasama sa presentation kasi po masyado na po hahaba yung presentation. So,
Oh,
actually
pero
po,
nak, dapat yung interview nakapaloob siya dun sa ano, sa results and discussion. Tama ba, Sir Vito? Correct if
Yes
I'm
po.
wrong.
Bali po
Okay.
dapat ang nasa results are your charts or your
Oo.
tables. Tapos
Tables.
explanation na lang.
Mm. Tapos explain. Or kapag interview kasi, you don't need to graph it. You just need to write down or your analysis based from the interview through recording. Word siya, hindi siya graph or ano. Yung magkakaroon kayo ng graph dun sa survey nyo. Tama po ba, Sir Vito?
Meron po siya sa appendices, na
Okay.
merong yung interpretation po ng bawat answer nila.
Pero dapat naka-summarize siya dun sa mismong result and discussion. Kasi kayo mismo parang inaano nyo na yung ano. Pero wala kasi
Naka-summarize po
dun.
siya.
Pero hindi siya naka-ano.
Hindi siya part ng appendix. Dapat diretso siya
Oo.
dun sa
Dapat dun
results.
siya sa results and discussion.
Okay.
Okay? Tapos yung findings kasi, dun sa findings nyo,
Actually, isa na lang dapat yan, no, Ma'am Wen?
oo, yung findings at saka yung result, wala siyang ano.
Pagsama nyo na lang yung part na yun. Tama yung ginawa nyo na meron kayong parang kasamang RL doon sa result to verify yung sagot ng mga respondents nyo. Tama yun. Pero yung ano lang is you should put your, let's say if you created a graph, it should be part of your findings already.
Pero nakalagay kasi yung ano lang, yung parang RRL lang. Tapos wala na siyang ano sa kanila. Hindi na siya ano. Tapos sino yung mga ano niyo, mga anak? Sino yung mga respondents niyo or participants?
ano po ma'am, our presentation na po is coming from grade 12 civil ICT lang.
Nasa ano ba yun? Saan makikita kasi yun, Sir Vito, na dapat nandun yung mga participants nila?
Methods, ma'am.
Oo.
Medyo shortened yung methods nila dito,
Oo,
ma'am.
wala kasi yung ano niya eh. Tapos kapag strongly agree, Likert scale, yun nga tama si Sir Vito, pang quanti yun, hindi siya survey. Parang nagko-contradict kasi yung methods nyo from the start pa lang nung ano nyo, dun sa title nyo, research paradigm, sa methods, down to yung instruments, methods,
Possible,
instruments.
ma'am, Gawanda is
Nagko-contradict
Gawanda mix.
siya. Oo.
Gawanda na mix. Baka tayo na lang mag-adjust.
Oo, kasi yung ano niya naman, yung subject nyo ngayon is triple I. So, kapag triple I, pwede siya mixed method. Di ba, Sir Vito?
Yes po.
Kasi, combination na siya ng practical research 1 and practical research 2. Kaya, without taking the practical research 1, you cannot take the triple I subject. Kasi, prerequisite yung tatlong yun. Tama po ba, Sir Vito?
Yes po.
Okay.
So that's one improvement na pwede niyong gawin. Na hindi maapektuhan yung buong paper. You make it as mixed method. Okay
Kaya
naman.
ba? Oo, tama. Okay na, Sir Vito, na ano na sila, na sila sa akin.
Coding change lang yun under your research design. Sabihin niyo lang na you use a mixed method of phenomenological approach or design and descriptive. Tama na, Ma'am Weng, descriptive ang magandang approach. Yun. Descriptive and phenomenology. Yun. Pwede siya. So, wala nang masyadong changes na mangyayari.
Under saan po yun? Design?
Research design, under methodology.
Nag-paradigm of study na kasi sila.
Mm-mm.
So, dapat din sa methods nila inuwi.
Ilipat nyo yung paradigm dun sa methods. Kasi yung other term kasi namin dito is research design. Tama, may descriptive na kayo. You just add phenomenology para hindi na mag-change yung buong paper.
Tapos na, conceptual framework yung sa input, output, process, tapos output.
That is conceptual framework. Ma'am Jinky, any advice or any...
Yes po, I was waiting for my turn po to say my critics po or comments. So regarding po sa una, so ibibilisan ko lang po yung aking mga comments. So for number 1, actually po, dun sa aming research is as much as possible, we don't abbreviate po yung mga title. No? Tama po ba, Ma'am Wayne?
Tama po.
Di po ba? Hindi po tayo nag-abbreviate. So, with that po, I think kailangan po natin i-complete yung term o yung mga terminology. And also, when it comes to the format as well, so we separate the abstract from acknowledgement. And also, under acknowledgement mo, we use third person po yung view, di po ba?
Yes,
hindi po tayo gumagamit ng I, R, di po ba? So, as much as possible, the researchers. Okay po? So, improve lang po natin. And for the introduction part, so I have read po yung certain contents po nun, and I am missing out po yung the purpose and intent of the study. So the variables is explained, but yung intent or yung purpose nyo, why did you come up with that study, is missing po. No, so paki-ano na lang din. And ano pa ba? Number 5. Ayan, so hindi. Okay na pala yung number 5, yung mga SOP na mention naman ni Ma'am Weng regarding doon. And also, dun sa paradigm of the study, di po ba usually yung paradigm or theoretical framework, ito po yung mga existing theories that we got inspired, no? So nakita ko po kasi dun sa yung input, output, o yung mga process na yun is naka-input po dun yung sa ating parang under po nga siya sa conceptual. So, tama po ba, Ma'am Weng? Yun doon sa paradigm.
Yes, ma'am.
So, pwede po kasi natin yung gawin as conceptual din. So, yan. So, lagay po natin yung original paradigm of the study, yung existing theories. Huwag po natin siyang lalagyan since under po siya sa theoretical framework na po. So, if we're going to create our conceptual, doon po natin ilalagay yung mga certain info dun sa input process na figure na yon. And, ano pa ba? So, yan. Dun sa significance, so usually kasi we use enumerated form. Di po ba? Para mas madaling makita yung mga persons that will benefit your study. So, as much as possible. Kasi mas madali siyang tignan. Kesa iscan mo lahat in a paragraph form. So, I suggest na enumerated form o yung gagawin natin or gagamitin natin format. And with regards din po sa inyong RRL, sa related literature, it seems that hindi po siya naka-paraphrase. Napansin ko din po yun. No? So, kaya hindi paraphrase po para hindi po tayo nagnanakaw ng intellectual property ng mga authors. So, ano po kasi sa atin yung minus points. And there are some punishments po kasi pag sinabing plagiarism. Okay, so be aware po tayo sa mga ganong bagay. And ano pa ba? And the RRL and related studies, ito kasi nilalagay natin siya kasi we are trying to elaborate and also support yung ating research, no? It seems na para sa akin na nakalagay lang sila pero without justifying what is the relevance of that particular nilagay natin. So kindly justify lang po natin what are the relevance of those particular info that we have included po sa inyong RRL and also sa studies na. Ang dami ko pala sinabi. So, wait lang po ha. Actually,
Okay
binasa
lang
ko
po
na
yan,
po yung paper nila 4 days ago na po. So, nagsulat na po ako ng mga comments. And dun sa results and discussion din po, as mentioned by Ma'am and Sir, so meron din akong mga problems na nakita do'n. So, improve lang po natin yung explanation din po no'n, 'no? Parang medyo, ah, kailangan ng improvement po. And, sa recommendation, ewan ko po kung napansin niyo, napakarami po nilang recommendation. Napansin niyo po ba, mga ma'am, sir?
Yes po.
Yes po, dapat
Okay,
tatlo.
opo, dapat 3 lang po yung mga recommendations natin. Okay po, so with that po, that will be my, comments po sa improvement ng inyong paper. So thank you po again.
Weng, una na po ako.
Sige.
Okay po, first, um, i-grammarly nyo guys. I-grammarly nyo yung inyong paper kasi yung nabigay sa akin, merong mga grammatical changes na kailangan ayusin to improve your paper. Okay? Napanood nyo naman siguro yung presentation ni Sir Marlon Tayag. So, much better if you use Grammarly for this one. Then, please check kasi narinig ko yung mga comments regarding your RRL. There are rules. Remember, there are rules. There are a number of words. 40 if I'm not mistaken. Tama, Ma'am Wen? 40 ba? Kung gusto nyo mag-direct citation. Pero wag yung parating ida-direct citation. Okay? Kung hindi kayang i-paraphrase at talagang masisira yung thought niya, you need to direct citation. Pero limited lang yun. Let's say more than 40 words, meron tayong pina-follow na format kapag more than 40 words ang iyong ida-direct citation. You may search sa Google how to directly cite a quotation for APA. Okay? Madali lang siyang gawin para masanay tayo kasi mahirap kapag ginawa nyo ito in college. Okay? For your info, may muntik na kaming hindi pa graduate sa dati kong school on my first year of teaching sa public because totally plagiarize yung paper. Sa atin, mabait naman kami mga panelists, hindi namin ginagawa yon. We just let you learn from those mistakes by simply saying what is wrong with your paper. Okay? So, sana itong comment regarding your citation would be helpful para pagdating nyo sa college, hindi nyo na maulit yung ganito mistakes. Then, yun nga, nasabi ko na yung regarding sa methods kanina. And under your conclusion, para madali siyang gawin, if you have 4 SOPs, you have 4 conclusions. Okay? Conclusion number 1 would answer SOP number 1. So on and so forth. Ganun siya. Para yes, ma'am. Para mas madali siyang basahin at maintindihan. Same goes with your recommendation. Your recommendation would always be in line with your SOP and conclusion. Okay? Then your title, mas maganda siguro if ano lang siya, perspective of grade 12, buuin niyo yung TVL ICT students towards distance learning modes during COVID-19. Huwag yun nang ilagay yung Angeles City Senior High School in school year 2020-2021. Okay? Mas maiksi siya nun and syempre, ilalagay niyo naman sa scope and delimitations ang school sila galing, ano school years, and so forth. Okay, so I'll write it on the chat box kung ano yung shortened title na pwede. Okay, Ma'am Weng.
Yes, tama yun, Sir Vito.
Dapat limit natin yung title natin for 12 to 17 words. Na-discuss yan before sa practical research 1 natin. So, dapat hindi siya marami, hindi siya sobra 17. Actually, sinasabi nila is minimum of 10 to 17 words yung pinaka-ano ng ano. Kailangan binibilang natin yan. Kasi kasama yung N, yung of, sa mga binibilang natin na words sa title natin. Ano pang masasabi ko, sinabi niyo na lahat. Sana tanggapin na natin yung yung mga comments ng ating mga panelists in a good way kasi we are not telling these comments para ma-degrade kayo or malungkot kayo. We are telling this to help you para hindi ma-repeat yung mistakes natin kapag lumabas na kayo ng Angeles City Senior High School. We know that this time of pandemic, napakahirap talagang gumawa ng research. Kung kami nga nahihirapan, kayo pa kaya, di ba? So we really understand that. So tama yung mga comment ni Ma'am Jinky, ni Sir Vito about din sa RRL, sa recommendation, dun sa research questions, kung ilan ang SOP research question natin, ganun lang din po yung sa conclusion at saka sa recommendation. Okay po? So, be mindful po doon. So, wala na akong masyadong sasabihin kasi baka nasa-stress na kayo, naka-off na lahat ng camera nyo. Marami din na ako nasabi kanina. Okay na, Sir Vito. Na-stress na yata sila sa
Okay,
atin
with
eh.
that, sa Group
Okay
A,
na po.
Ezra and Randall, congratulations. Even though
Okay.
new normal tayo at nakagawa kayo ng magandang
Mm-mm.
research.
Thank you po, sir. Thank you for that.
So
Huwag
thank you
kayong
very much
maano.
po. Who is the leader of the group?
Thank you po. Si ano po, sir, si Andrea Calabres po.
Ako po.
Nasa si Andrea.
Si
Okay.
Ezra.
Ezra,
Okay
hello.
lang.
Hello.
So,
By the way, Ezra, I
from
comment how
college,
you present and how you
from
answer.
college and masteral and then to doctorate, masters and doctorate, there is no one-shot bullseye when it comes to research. Tandaan natin yan, okay? Wala pa ako nabalitaan na first research, accepted kagad. Sometimes, meron pang research
True.
na hindi nabubuksan ng book. Okay? Meron pang research sa title pa lang, napapalitan na. Okay?
Title para lumalabas sa ng room.
Kasi minsan, like for example, your research, no, you are looking for perspective and then your questions are going down to all coping mechanism. So bakit hindi lang natin gawing coping mechanism instead of perspective? Di ba yung mga ganyan? Okay, so thank you very much.
Ezra, yung suggested title ko nasa chat box.
Yes po, I see. Thank you po.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Okay, thank you.
Huwag na kayo malungkot.
Di naman po, ma'am.
Di naman.
Yeah, July 10 is tapos
Thank you
na.
po, ma'am.
Graduation na
Happy
kagad
naman po
yan.
tayo, di ba?
Okay,
Okay,
congratulations.
congratulations to everyone.
Okay, good day.
Thank you po.
Congrats po.
Next group will be, Sir Vito, sino po ang ating next group? Ano next section po natin? Luis ba?
Yes, sir. 12
Yes,
Louis.
po, sir. 12 Louis.
Okay, 12 Luis. Daven's group, right? Daven,
Yes,
nandito na ba
sir.
kayo?
Nandito na
Okay,
po,
but
sir.
to all our panelists, Daven's group will perform or will present live or will depend live. Because of the video po, kakain ng maraming oras yung present pinrepare nilang video. So they prefer to present it live. Tama ba, Daven? Okay, thank you. Floor is yours now.
Excuse me, sir. Can we leave the call na po?
Yes, Randall. Your group we did na.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Okay, good day.
Good day.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, to our panelists, may I now present to you the researchers from 12 Louis.
Okay, you may start.
Naririnig na po ba?
Yes, loud and clear. Kaso may feedback siya. Yan.
So, a pleasant morning to our panel members. My name is Daven de la Peña.
My name is Esegal Day.
My name is Ivan Bati Orgo.
My name is Rona Jane de Mesa.
My name is Michelle Denes Punzalan.
Presenting our research entitled The Time Management Strategies of the Grade 12 TVL Students in Doing School Activities and Work Immersion. So, first and foremost, we would like to express our gratitude to Almighty God for showers of blessings throughout our research work to complete. Second, to our research advisor, Mrs. Melissa M. Batak, for giving us opportunity to do the research. Third, to Mrs. Karen F. Canlapan and Mr. Avelino Gonzalez for patiently validating our research question. So next, We proceed to the abstract of the study presented by Criseldine S. Punzalan.
For our abstract, the overall purpose of this study is to know the strategies of the grade 12 TVL students, how they handle their time doing school activities and at the same time working on their subject immersion. This study was conducted during May 2021. As the researchers know, many activities academically and non-academically are being held currently. Students have to multitask and manage their time to do schoolworks while they are taking their immersion subject. Although some students are done taking their immersion subject, they can be manageable as their time cannot satisfy them in doing all their works, and they will know the strategies on how to manage their time in doing school activities and work immersion. And for our introduction, time management is important when it comes to school works while in the work immersion. According to Britton and Tesser, complete a study in 1991 in which they intended to discover whether students who actively applied time management techniques in their education would achieve higher grades than those students who did not. But moreover, this research can help most people, specifically the incoming work immigrants, in how to manage their time properly and to achieve the level of satisfaction of their own. Time management is the most important series of all kind in any terms. It is the basis of human power for his or her works. Many people didn't know or notice that their management cannot fulfill their satisfaction of their works. They are being responsible to manage their time, with, which can lead to a decreasing of chances to pass or worse to be deployed. On the other hand, it is good that some people are very strict in time management because of their organized mind, which can help all their coworkers or workers to achieve the characteristics that the person must have been working. And according to Britton and Tesser, 1991, they found that students who applied time management were more likely to say no to unprofitable activities. And student who can manage or handle their time is the people who have plan or goals to their activities that they need to do, like would like to be useful their time. These students are the student who is responsible and how on which they the important time doing their activities instead of other things which are not important. Maken et al. Added that students who use more time management techniques tend to have the higher GPA, and students or any person who knows how to manage their time equally divided have higher chance to do their works at the right time and will be being responsible student. This would like take more things common of certain person responsible time managing, and that they may seem them logically amazing and considered intelligent person by the other people.
So for our conceptual framework, so for the input, the statistical tools that the researchers would use is survey questionnaire. So for the process, the researchers will conduct an interview to the selected former students of Angeles City Senior High School. So for the output, we have tally, conclusion based on result, and recommendation based on result. So for statement of the problem or objectives of the study, managing time is indeed a very crucial part to all students during the middle part of schooling. Thus, the researchers would like to find out how students are able to manage their time while doing school activities are executed. With this phenomenon, experience of the students, the researcher seeks for strategies to help other students surpass this. Especially, it answered the following question. So, the study generally aims to answer how students manage their time in doing school activities and work immersion. So, What are the strategies of the grade 12 TBL students in managing their time in doing school activities while on work immersion? Are strategies effective enough to keep the students focused in their work immersion? What are the parameters that the school apply to help the students in their work immersion? So for scope and delimitation, so the main focus of the study was the time management of the grade 12 students on how they handle their time to do the activities in school and in their work immersion. And the students of Angeles City Senior High School were given a questionnaires through online to be answered. This questionnaire helped the researchers to know the different strategies or ways of the students in managing their time. So next, we proceed to the tables.
Sige, tita, So let's now proceed to the interpretation of our tables or discussion of our tables. So the table 1 that shows in our PowerPoint is entitled Demographic Profile of the Respondents. So the table 1 in term in terms of their sex, strand, and grade level. In terms of sex of our respondents, we have 5 females of or 50% of respondents, and also we have 5 male of respondents. For the chosen strand, we chose that all of our respondents came from the TBL track, which are the TBL students who are most likely to experience work immersion. So we have a total of 10 TBL students or equivalent to 100%. In terms of grade level, we have 10 grade 12 respondents or has a 100% of percentage. For the table 2, our table 2 is entitled Knowledge Gain During Work Immersion. The results of our respondents' response, if what knowledge they gain or what they understand about work immersion was presented in table 2. The result shows that majority of our respondents' understanding with 8 or 80% of our respondents is that work immersion is a program where they can enhance their skills that consists of 80 hours. On the other hand, there is 1 or 10% of our respondents' understanding is that work immersion is one of the course requirements for the senior high school students for them to be able to graduate. And also 1 or 10% of our respondents gain knowledge is that work immersion refers to the subject of the senior high school curriculum. The table 3 is entitled Impact of Work Immersion. The result shows in table 3 that 10 or 100% of our respondents answers that the impact of the work immersion was a big help to them to improve their communication skills at work, especially to communicate or socialize with an approachable customer on how to handle the customer properly.
So for the table 4 represent the contribution of work immersion to the students. So as you can see, the table shows that majority of the respondents answer that work immersion will give them a hint of something that they are planning to work in the future with 6 or 60%, while 3 or 3% of the respondents responds that work immersion will help them to reach and set a goal for their future, and 1 or 10% of the respondents saying that work immersion will practice them for their job. So for the table 5 entitled Main Purpose of Work Immersion to the grade 12 TBL students. So based on findings, 6 or 60% says that the main purpose of work immersion for them to get ready for their college education, especially if they are going to take a part-time job. Meanwhile, 2 or 20% responds that the purpose of work immersion to give them a knowledge about working, and 20% of the respondents says that the main purpose of work immersion is to guide them with their chosen career. So for the table 6, time management strategies table. So as you can see, the table 6 shows that 3 or 30% of the selected respondents saying that the effective time management allows students to complete more lesson time. On the other hand, 7 or 70% says that time management helped them to focus their attention and to not wasting time on distractions. So majority of the respondents satisfies that the time management is very helpful when it comes to the school activities and work immersion.
For the conclusion, this research conclusion is based on the results and findings of our research study. This research study made a benefit to other researchers and students. Over the years, starting 2016, work immersion became a popular practice on students getting ready for their college life and for their future work goals. Some college student has they called OJT, which is kind of similar with the work immersion. Students who are having a hard time learning some school stuff, especially the academic tasks, are given a chance to excel in work immersion. That is totally a very helpful thing that the DepEd division has done. There are many benefits and good things that may apply while doing work immersion. It can also help students to build their confidence, especially on communicating.
So for recommendation, in view of the study's finding and research result, the researchers would like to recommend the following. So first, the student should know how to manage their time. They need to know their priorities by doing their things on the right time. And they must learn on not be overrun by the things that should be done. Second, the teacher should be have reconsideration of the time management of every student because not all the time the student focus are not always on schoolworks. There are also time wherein student need to do some of their work. Priorities such as work in the outside school like the immersions. And last, future researchers. Effective time management allows researchers to maintain focus on their work, contributing to research productivity. Thus, im- improving time management skill is essential to developing and sustaining a successful program of research. The art
Okay na po.
Okay. Sige.
Okay, let's proceed to our panelist na. Ma'am Jinky.
Ako ulit. Ako una. Ako una. Ako po yung una. Sige po.
I think ma'am, or possible na baguhin natin naman ang sequence. Tingnan
Hindi,
natin,
sige po. Okay lang po.
sige ko na. Sige.
Okay lang
Go,
po.
ma'am.
So, questions po muna, di po ba? Kagaya po nung nauna.
Okay,
So,
ma'am. Go ahead.
sino po yung leader ng group?
Ako po, ma'am.
Okay, so anyone will can answer po yung aking mga questions, no? And if you want to add as well dun sa mga naging response ng inyong mga kagrupo. So my first question is, what is the importance of your study? And how will it contribute or add up to the existing body of knowledge po in our society or in our school? I will repeat my question, okay? So what is the importance of your study and how will it contribute or add up to the existing body of knowledge or in our school or in our society? Gising pa ba? Nag-aalmusal ata yung iba? So, that is my first question po.
Baka need niya ng Tagalog version, ma'am.
Tagalog ko po ba? Hindi po ba naintindihan?
Naintindihan po, ma'am.
Naintindihan po, ma'am.
Okay. Naintindihan naman daw po. Okay, sige. So, sige po. Sino po yung gusto mag-share na kanilang sagot? Ano po yung kahalagahan ng paggawa niyo ng inyong study, particularly more on sa time management, di ba?
Ito po ma'am, sasagutin ko po.
Sige po.
Sasagutin ko na po yung answer ko. So yung kahalagahan po ng ginawa po naming research is para malaman po yung kung paano po na-handle ng mga respondents po namin yung time po nila sa paggawa po ng activities at work immersion po.
Okay, so very well said po. How about the others po? Do you want to add some ideas? Okay, wala na po siguro. So I will proceed with my second question. Okay, so I think all of you are aware or alam nyo yung ginagawa nyo sa inyong research, no? So this is just a simple question po. So what are the research variables? So what are the variables in your research pala? Alam niyo po ba as the members or as a leader kung ano po yung mga variables ng inyong research? Are you familiar with variables po pala? Sa term na variable. Okay, pag sinabi pong variable, these are the focus that is being observed sa inyong research, no? So ano yung major factor na yan? Mga keywords rather.
For me po, it can lessen the rate of suicidal anxieties and had some positivity if they have time management.
Okay, so thank you for answering na. So I guess that answer po will be under sa suggestions siguro and recommendations. So what I am asking po is what are the variables of your study po? The focus of your study.
Okay po.
Don't worry, I'll accept po yung inyong answer. So thank you po for answering.
Thank you, ma'am.
Para tingnan ko lang po if the members are aware. Okay, so yun yung answer po na.
For the focus po sa namin, study ma'am, nagpo-focus po siya sa pag-time management strategies ng mga students, lalo na po sa pag-balance ng paggawa ng mga school activities habang sila ay nagwo-work immersion.
Okay, so thank you for that answer po. So with that po, I am done with my Q&A portion po. So I will just say later on po yung mga improvements po. So Ma'am Weng and Sir Vito, you may take the floor po.
Ma'am Weng? Or muna na ako?
Sige sir, muna na pa.
Okay po, good morning to all presenters. First po, actually natanong to sa akin na nag-present ako sa division office for my action research. What have you learned in doing this research? Not basically the process, pero ano yung natutunan nyo nung ginagawa niyo yung research nyo? What's the significant learning na nakuha nyo na nagpabago na isip nyo?
Yes po. Hi po. Ang natutunan po namin dito is yung mga paano po na-handle ng mga estudyante before, yung mga time management po nila in terms of school activities po nila, and yun nga po yung work immersion. Kung paano po nila pinagsasabay. Yun po.
Follow-up question then, Ivana. Will that affect you in, let's say, to graduate nyo and you want to work and study? How will that realization help you in the future?
Ma-help po kami ng work immersion na to upang hindi na po mahirapan sa mga trabaho in the future po sa amin.
Good. Others, meron?
Sir, ako po.
Yes, Rana Jane.
Yung natutunan ko dito sa paggawa namin ng thesis namin about sa time management is, personally po kasi ako, minsan po tinatamad sa mga schoolworks, pinagpapabukas pa po yung mga kailangan ng gawin. So na-realize ko po na dapat pala is, wag nang ipagpabukas pa yung mga dapat na ginagawa ngayong araw. Dapat gawin mo na para hindi po tayo mahirapan sa paggawa ng mga activities para hindi po tayo natatambakan. Yun lang po.
Okay, very good. Pansin nyo yung question ko niyan is a reflection on what have you learned, because research is not just doing the paper and presenting your paper, but the last part is reflection. You reflect on what you have learned, so that's good. You reflect on something that you learned sa study nyo. Okay, second is dito, medyo konti yung RRL nyo. Mamaya na lang as much as possible. I'm not sure kung ilan yung limit na binigay sa inyo. And also yung mga proper citations, don't forget that. Then, ilan yung ano nyo? Ilan ang inyong conclusion? How many conclusions that you give in your paper? Kasi dito, naka-paragraph form siya. Okay? Ilang conclusions nasagot ba lahat ng SOPs nyo? Okay, let's go them one by one, ha? Correct me if I'm wrong kung in-adjust nyo yung SOP. So, what are the strategies of grade 12 TVL students in managing their time doing school activities while on work immersion? Nasagot ba to? Anyone? Nasagot ba ang SOP number 1? Okay.
Yes sir, nasagot po.
Okay. Kasi dito sa ano nyo, sa conclusion, medyo mahirap siyang i-point out. Doon sa paper na hawak namin, medyo mahirap siya i-point out dun sa conclusion, yung answer niya. So you need to specify your answers for your SOP dun sa conclusion. Okay? Later we'll give suggestions for that. Then your title, sino ang participants nyo or sino yung respondents nyo? This is the last question. Sino yung participants or respondents nyo?
The participants po is the former grade 12 TVL students of Angeles City Senior High School po.
Okay, so mga alumni natin. Okay, please take note na medyo kasi nakakalito yung title. In a way na nung binasa ko to, I'm expecting that yung respondents nyo or your participants are grade 12 students natin na nag-work immersion. Okay. Please take note na doon pa lang sa title, kailangan parang sinabi mo na as a summary yung buong paper mo, sino yung anong variables mo, anong target mo malaman, sino yung participant, so on and so forth. Kasi yun the time management strategies of grade 12 TVL students in doing school activities and work immersion. I'm not sure with Ma'am Jinky and Ma'am Weng kung parehas kami ng iniisip, pero para sa akin kasi medyo nag-expect ako na ang inyong participants are the current grade 12. Okay, so please take note of that. Okay, Ma'am Weng.
Yes, Sir Vito. Wait lang, lilipat ko dito sa isang
Sige po. Okay, habang wala pa si Ma'am Weng. Guys, please take a look at your paper under your results.
Sorry, hindi ba ako naridinig?
Nandun Ma'am, ala. Dagdag ka mo ni Ma'am habang mag-prepare ko. Guys, doon sa demographics, pag ginamit nyo is male, female, please remember we're not using the term sex kapag male, female. Okay? Kasi sex is the term used para sa biological nature ng respondent. So it is boy, girl. Okay? Pero kung ginamit nyo is male, female, this is gender. Okay? Medyo diskusyonan sa amin yan dati nung nag-seminar kami. Alam ko nandun din si Ma'am Weng regarding action research. Iba kasi si gender tsaka si sex. So please remember, no, pag male, female ang term nyo, much better na na gender. Pero kung ang gusto mo lang malaman kung lalaki ba yung sumagot o babae, okay, boy, girl. Kung yun lang yung choices nyo. But if we use gender, kailangan open siya. Okay? Because we should be gender equal to all. Okay? Remember that. Ulitin ko ha. Pag boy, girl lang, that is sex. That is the term. Boy, girl. Kapag gender, male, female, then lesbian, so on and so forth. Para maging equal tayo sa lahat. Mameng.
Hello po, sir. Nagsasalita na ako kanina kaso nagka-problema yata yung headset ko.
Yes po.
Okay, anyway, tama yung sinabi ni Sir Vito, dun sa title pa lang, meron na tayong medyo confusing na siya. At saka, when you are making or creating a title, do not use article the. Okay, time management is okay. Time management strategies, parang management na strategies pa siya. Pwede lang time management. Okay, nag-ano na kasi sila parang ano na. Okay, and then, dun tayo sa, how did you cope up with this title? Napag-usapan ba? And what is the relevance of this title, Tears Trend? Naririnig po ba ako?
Yes po, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Sino pwedeng sumagot? Daven, Jensen, Aaron Kyle, Francis, Samuel.
Okay, go ahead,
Rona.
Rona Jane.
Ano po ma'am, napag-usapan po namin tong title namin na ito po yung nag-echo po ba ma'am?
Yes,
Medyo.
konti.
Hello. Okay na po?
Oo, okay na.
Napag-usapan po namin na ganito yung title namin kasi especially po nakakaano po kami ng work immersion ngayon. Lalo na po ngayon mas mahirap kasi distant learning po, through online lang kami nag-work immersion. Ginawa po namin to para ma-help din namin yung sarili namin sa pag-manage ng time namin. May balance po namin yung paggawa ng activities namin habang nag-work immersion po kami.
Okay, thank you, Rona, for answering. Kasi parang, if I'm not mistaken, this title was also proposed last year ng mga grade 11 student. Okay, so, ang akin lang, maybe nag-come up kayo sa title na relevant talaga sa strand nyo, na akma din sa mga major subjects nyo. We all know that time management is very important, especially in this time of pandemic. But we are looking for a title that is appropriate and related and has relevance to your TVL subjects. Yun lang naman yung sa akin. And then, dun sa ayun, may conceptual framework kayo. You should not have conceptual framework because sa title pa lang, qualitative research na yung natin, yung study natin. Okay, tapos sa questions natin, yung number 2, medyo confusing siya. Tapos yung RRL ba natin na paraphrase?
Yes po, ma'am, na paraphrase po.
When say paraphrase, did you write it on your own words? Steven?
Hindi po lahat, ma'am.
Okay. So, meron tayong ethics, di ba? Yun yung pinaka-importanting part ng research. We have the research ethics, wherein nakapaloob yung plagiarism. Okay? So, that is intellectual property of other authors na dapat minimension natin sa ano natin. Hindi lang natin basta nakita, tapos sinabi nyo na stated by, tapos lahat na nakopya nyo na. So, that is also plagiarism. So, be careful that you have whatever you get from the page, article, journal, you have to understand what the intention or what the meaning. You have to justify, okay, kung ano po yung relevance ng literature dun sa topic natin or sa study natin. So, as stated in your research design, phenomenology in study natin, however, nagko-confuse lang siya kasi meron tayong conceptual framework. Okay? And then, dun sa interpretation of data, what is the relevance of tama si Sir Vito, dapat po gender ang nakalagay dito. Tapos, if it's qualitative research, we call the respondents as participants, hindi po respondents. Okay? Tapos po, what's the relevance of knowing the gender of the participants uh, in your study po? Is it important to know the gender of your participants? Okay po. Sino pong pwedeng sumagot? Pwede ba sumagot si Kyle? Kasi narinig ko na si Rona, si Daven, si Ivan. Sino pa yung nandito? Si Francis. Si Ezekiel. Rizal Dane Punsalan. Pwede ko ba marinig ang boses ng iba? Hello po. Naririnig po ba ako, Sir Vito?
Yes po, ma'am.
May I request anyone from the group to answer the panelist? Francis, are you there? Ezekiel?
Ma'am, pwede daw pong pa-repeat ng question, ma'am.
Okay, what is the relevance of knowing the gender of your participants in your study? Okay, tatagalogin ko ha. Importante ba yung gender ng participants natin sa pag-conduct niya ng study? Okay, I think we don't have much time, Sir Vito, for the question and A. So, dun na tayo sa comment. Di nila masagot.
Okay, I think one of them is raising their hands, ma'am.
Okay, Rona, I want to hear someone else.
Sa tingin ko po, ma'am, hindi po siya.
Okay, thank you, Rona, for answering. What about the other group? Okay, Sir Ron, let's move on na to sa comment natin. Ma'am Jinky.
Okay, Ma'am Jinky, for
Okay
your
po.
comments and suggestions.
Naririnig po ba ako?
Yes, ma'am, loud and clear.
Okay po. Thank you po. So, let's begin po with the title itself. So, kagaya nga po na sabi ni Ma'am Wen kanina, we don't use articles such as the, an. No? And also, there are some repetitions din sa word. Meron ng management, meron pa po tayong strategies. And also, there is an abbreviation din po sa title. And with regards din po dun sa mga respondents, if hindi na po sila students during the school year, no, dapat po aware po tayo doon. So nabanggit kanina ni Sir Vito, no, na yung mga alumni na yung mga inyong respondents. So we cannot include kasi dun sa inyong scope and delimitation yung school year na ang tawag dito, yung mga respondents yun na current student ngayong school year. So kailangan po aware po tayo doon and clarify lang po natin yung mga respondents natin. And with this part po sa inyong paper, no, dun sa author's name, so as much as possible po, we alphabetical order po yung paglalagay natin yung mga names, so yung mga researchers. No? So, bibilisan ko lang po yung aking comments, so, pero medyo marami po, no? So, ayan. And I also have notice yung acknowledgement part. It is very, ang tawag dito, konti siya. No? Few words lang yung nakalagay dito. So, kindly improve po yung part ng acknowledgement. Okay po. Nakukuha po ba yung mga comments? Meron po
Yes
bang
po.
okay po. So, let's proceed po sa next part. So, andali lang po ha. And sa abstract part po, masyado din pong konti and it doesn't clearly explain po the content of the paper. Okay po. And with regards din po dun sa mga findings, so kailangan po ba tayong magbase? Dapat align po lagi yan dun sa results and discussion. So make sure lang po na it is well formulated or created po yung abstract natin. Kasi ito po yung summary, no, para po yung mga readers, once na binasa po nila ito without reading the whole paper, the content of your paper, at least from this abstract, maintindihan nila yung inyong research. Okay? So that's why ito po sinasali natin si abstract. Another, ang tawag dito, suggestions or comments. Sa introduction, meron lang akong mga nakitang mga proper nouns na kailangan naka-capitalize. Okay? So, dapat po aware din po tayo. Then, and also with your grammar, no? Sabi nga ni Sir Vito kanina, if you are having a problem with the construction of your English, you may use Grammarly. Or kapag nahihirapan tayong mag-paraphrase, pwede po natin gamitin yung itinuro ni Dr. Tayag, yung paraphrasing, yung Philbot ata yun. So, meron namang free online, no? Para po at least ma-help tayo sa pagpa-paraphrase din ng mga ideas. And what part pa po? Wait lang. Nakita ko yung sa may conceptual framework. Ang conceptual framework kasi at least it helps your readers, no, ng inyong paper na maintindihan yung flow po ng inyong study. E dito po kasi parang masyado siyang maraming nakalagay na process. No? Napansin din po ba yun ni Ma'am Wayne? Regarding po dun sa conceptual, Ma'am.
So, dapat
Ito po
ma'am,
dapat po.
wala
Dapat
sila
po simplified.
Kasi quali yung ano nila.
Opo. Wala silang conceptual, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay po. So, dito po sa conceptual framework. So, since quali nga po yung inyong study, so, ilinilik na lang po natin. Okay. Another is, of course, yung spelling din po, we use a standard American English. Dito ba? Yun po yung ginagamit natin. So, yan. Edit lang po natin yung mga part. And, ano pa ba? Tinitignan ko yung aking kopya. No? Pero binasa ko na kasi yung inyong research. No? So, ano pa ba? Doon sa RRL nyo, meron kayong mga inilagay na mga related literature, pero wala po kayong nabanggit na studies. Okay, so, kahit konti lang naman, hindi naman napakaraming studies ang kailangan natin ilagay. So, make sure lang po i-emphasize po natin yung relevance niya dun sa ating current study. Okay? And, another thing, dun sa sa RRL, meron po tayong nakalagay na local at saka lit na foreign, no? So, that is good po. We distinguish yung mga local and foreign literature natin. So, with this po, na-paraphrase naman po ba ito, no? Na-paraphrase po ba yung part na to?
Yes po.
Okay, then again po, we don't use first person and second person point of view. Third person po yung ginagamit natin. Dapat po aware po tayo doon. Yan. So, another question po. Dito sa may research instruments, kasi napansin ko may interview tapos may interview questionnaire. Di po ba magkaiba yung interview and questionnaire? Can you
Interview
distinguish
questions
po
na
yung
lang sana.
interview and kasi ang interview, it is conducted po having a conversation with your respondents, either face-to-face or if it is conducted online, no? Pero if sinend lang po natin yung mga questions, no? Questionnaire lang po ang tawag doon. So if hindi na po natin sila nakausap personally or via Google or online. Tama po ba? Okay, so interview questions pwede din po if paano nyo po ba ginamit yung inyong research instruments? Ano po ba yung ginawa yung process doon? Sinend nyo po ba yung mga questions o talagang minute nyo yung mga respondents nyo?
Sinend lang po namin through sa ano po, Messenger.
Messenger po. Okay. So, hindi po siya interview, no? So, it's just a
Yes.
questionnaire. And it is also under subjective questionnaire. Subjective na ba? Tingnan ko ulit. I-check ko. So, hindi po siya interview. Questionnaire lang po yung sinend natin sa mga respondents natin. Okay po. So, ayan. So, subjective naman po. So, pwede po natin ilagay ng subjective questionnaires po yung mga ginamit natin. Since open-ended naman din po yung ibang mga SOP na naka-include. Another comments po with, wait lang. Yes, nabanggit kanina ang inyong study. Ano kasi yung type of research na ginamit nyo? Quanti or quali?
Qualitative po.
Quali. So, kailangan po ba natin ng data analysis when it comes to quali? Kailangan po ba natin ng data analysis pag sa quali? So, di ba ma'am, when pag po sa data analysis, sa quali, hindi na rin po ginagamit. Tama po ba ma'am?
More on interpretation siya, ma'am.
Apo, interpretations po kasi. So, ayan. Scroll down po yung ano. Thank you po, Sir Vito. Ayan. Yung mga ano din, tables, no? There are some contrast ano po dito sa paper. Pero, yan, titingnan ko lang po ulit yung aking mga tenses of the verb as well po. Dun sa ginamit natin sa results or sa methodology, if we have included po, if ever na i-retain po natin yung mga ibang info doon. No? So at least po, we are asking for the help of a statistician po para po at least aware tayo na tama po yung mga ginagamit natin data analysis if ever man po na kailangan natin ng help ng statistician. And also, since tapos na po yung inyong study, di po ba nakapag-conduct na po tayo? Yung tenses po ng inyong mga sentences, kung pass na po, tapos na po, gamitin po natin, i-convert po natin yung mga tenses of your sentences. So may nakita po kasi na present tense siya, pero na-conduct na inyong study, no? So kailangan po natin gawin na nasa past form po siya. So since tapos na po ang inyong study. So may mga nakikita pa kasi akong mga present tense pa. So, gawin lang po natin siyang past tense since tapos na po ang inyong study, nakapag-conduct na po kayo. Ayan. And number 11, dun sa aking mga comments, no? Under recommendations po, in this part, I will just ask you po regarding dun sa specific ways po o suggestions para po sa ating future researcher, no? Ano po yung mga pwede nyong maibigay sa kanila pag once na in-adapt po ang inyong research, no, ano po kaya yung mga pwedeng variables pa na pwedeng idagdag o yung mga bagay pa na kailangan i-observe, no, additional info dun sa inyong study. So, ganun po sana yung gawin natin sa recommendations. And number 12 sa aking mga suggestions is the references. Dalawa lang kasi yung references na nakita ko. No? So, napaka-konti ng references na nakita ko. So, with that kasi, flaws na rin po ito kapag sa research. No? Hindi lang tayo gumagamit ng napaka-konting references since we are citing or reading a lot of info kasi through online man yan sa websites o sa mga books or articles o mga printed materials na pinagkukuhanan natin. So, dagdagan po natin yung references natin and be honest po, cite properly yung inyong mga references o yung mga pinagkukuhanan nyo pong mga articles or books online. Okay po. So, with that po, that will be my comments po for your research. So, I'm done po.
Okay po, thank you Ma'am Jinky. Add ko lang po doon sa sinabi ni Ma'am Jinky. Umpisa ko na doon sa last na sinabi regarding references. Take note, whenever you're using references, sila yung nilagay ninyo sa paper. Okay, sila yung mga nakalitaw. Let's say for example, if you use Britton and Tesser, okay, gamitin nyo, nandun siya dapat sa literature nyo, dyan sa paper, tapos nandito siya sa reference. Another thing, please follow APA rule of citation and also referencing dun sa reference. Pag bibliography naman kasi, this is based on my methods of research last year sa masteral. Kapag bibliography, the difference between the two, bibliography and reference, si bibliography, lahat ng binasa mo, ginamit mo man o hindi. Okay? So that is bibliography. But in our case, we are using references. So please take note, kapag sinabi ng sa susunod, let's say sa college, okay, sinabi ng inyong professor na you're going to use references, yun lang binasa. So ibig sabihin, yung ginamit sa paper. So ibig sabihin, kung nandyan sa paper mo, dapat nandito rin siya sa reference mo. Pero pag sinabi niya ang bibliography, lahat yan, binasa mo man, ginamit man o hindi. Okay, that's one. Second, just like what I mentioned kanina, at napansin din na Ma'am Jinky and Ma'am Weng, medyo confusing yung title. So, much better if you rephrase ng konti yung title so that pasok siya dun sa inyong participants, which are the alumni of the school. Another, yun nga, Grammarly, ang daming lumitaw sa Grammarly ko na dapat palitan na words and terms, pati paggamit ng punctuations para mas maganda siyang tignan, mas professional siyang tignan, or mas formal siyang tignan. And you don't need to put introduction kasi yung ginamit nyo is the format that I gave to your teacher, if I'm not mistaken, kay Sir Abel. Naka-set na yan. This is APA6 already. We already know na pag nag-start ka dun sa first page ng let's say dun sa after ng isang title, dire-diretso. That is the introduction already. And you don't need to separate your related literature from your introduction if you're using APA format. Okay, dire-diretso lang siya. Then again, just like what Ma'am Weng mentioned, walang conceptual framework ang inyong qualitative research unless you're going to do mixed method. Okay? Statement of the problem, kahit diretso na the following are the questions. For example, the following are the questions that the researcher wants to answer. 1, 2, 3. Ganun. Okay? Then, mas maganda din sa title if your questions would already be reflected dun sa title nyo. Like for example, here, strategies. Okay? Tapos, effectiveness. Say, let's use 1 and 2. Question 1 and 2. If you're going to do it as a title, time management of time management of students and its effectiveness with regards to their school activities or while doing work immersion. Possible ganon. Kasi kailangan din na sa title, nare-reflect mo na ano yung gusto mong malaman. Okay? Kasi sinasabi nyo lang kanina is time management. Okay? Pero meron kang question about effectiveness. Okay? Dapat kung ano yung gusto mo talaga lahat malaman, nandun na sa title. Okay? But make it short. Okay? Make it short as a title. Then your scope and delimitation, again, scope as a whole. Saan mo ba siya titignan? The delimitation is the limit, is the specifics of that whole thing na pag-aaralan mo. Like for example, here, you mentioned grade 12 students, that's a general thing. Tama siya, that's a scope. Pero, kailangan mong specify na alumni sila of what particular course that or what particular strand or specialization is being they got or they went to pag sa delimitation. Medyo wala akong comment sa significance kasi ganito rin ako magsulat ng significance kahit pa paano. Yun nga, literature, kung APA na to, iakit nyo na to sa introduction after nung last paragraph nyo. Okay? Then, at the same time, you need to put bakit nyo ginagawa yung study. Yun yung last part of your introduction before you go to your SOP or statement of the problem. Good thing kahit wala na tong foreign tsaka local literature, isang buo na lang yan as a whole. Kasi sa amin, ganun din ang ginagawa. As a whole na siya. Okay? You don't need to title it as local and foreign. Then research design, dito ako may malaking comment. Because you mentioned phenomenology or phenomenological research design, pero pagdating nyo sa results and discussion, it's a quantitative, it's a descriptive study. Okay? So, I suggest, okay, para hindi mabago lahat ng paper nyo, lahat ng parts ng paper nyo, yung research design nyo, you change it into a descriptive research. Then you adjust your descriptive research. Kasi, if we will stick to your phenomenological approach or phenomenological design, mangyayari, ang data nyo, disregard lahat to. So, uulit kayo, malaking bagay yon. So, much better if you just change your research design into a descriptive design. Okay? Mas okay siya. Okay? Mas konti ang changes na gagawin nyo. Then, don't forget, yun nga, questionnaire, so no problem with that, tanggalin nyo na sa interview. And don't forget to validate your questionnaires. Napaka-important nun, validation. Kahit sa amin naman sa action research and even postgraduate thesis, kailangan namin pa-validate yung mga questionnaires namin. Whether it is an interview or a survey questionnaire. Okay? Validation. Kahit kay research advisor lang. Okay? Then, participants, be specific. Do not use abbreviations, ha? Alumnus, former, good. Minention nyo. Procedure, mas maganda kung ikukwento mo ng buo yung procedure mo. From start to finish. Paano mo siya gagawin? Paano mo siya umpisahin? Paano mo i-conduct yung inyong data collection procedures? Paano mo siya i-interpret? You don't need to show the computation, but rather, paano? Say, anong ginamit mong approach, which is na-mention nyo naman dito sa data analysis. Kailangan kasi, dito sa procedure, mas maganda is detailed ang inyong step-by-step na gagawin. Then results, good, gumamit kayo. Mas maganda kung gumamit kayo ng hanging table if you're using tables. You may search sa Google, anong itsura ng hanging table for your paper. Kasi sa APA 6 and APA 7, hanging ang ginagamit natin. Hanging layout. Parang makapal yung dalawa sa taas, wala siyang para sa column na line, makapal, din sa baba, makapal din. Okay? You just search it. Tama itong ginawa nyo. Okay? Yun nga lang, change the research design. Then for your conclusion, mas maganda kung paragraph. Mas maganda kung bulletin format, sorry. One bullet per your SOP. So, ibig sabihin, conclusion 1 would answer the SOP 1. Okay? Ganun din sa recommendation. Kung ilan ang inyong SOP at conclusion, ganun din sa recommendation. Okay, with that, I'll give the floor to Ma'am Wing.
Hello, good morning. Kaya pa ba? Daven, kaya pa? Rona? Dalawa lang yata yung nagsasalita sa group nyo. Si Daven lang at
Carry
si
pa po,
Rona.
ma'am.
Okay, these comments from your panelists are not reason for you not to continue doing your research in the future or madidegrade na kayo. Um, all the panelists are telling these corrections para malaman nyo kung saan kayo nagkamali at para maitama. Okay po? So, let's start with the RRL. So, as stated by Daven, na paraphrase daw. Okay, kasi nasabi ko na yung title kanina. Okay, start tayo sa research question. Kasi nakalagay dito, are strategies effective enough to keep the students focused in their work immersion? So, remember everyone, may certain words na appropriate lang kay qualitative at saka kay quanti. So, yung mga notes na binigay ko sa inyo before, kung nakip nyo yon, makikita nyo yung mga words na kailangan nyo lang for quanti and need for quali. Kapag effective, affective, reason, impact, saan siya papasok? Quali or quanti? Crisel? Ezekiel? Joyce?
Sa quali po, ma'am.
Okay, tama ba siya, Joyce? Saan papasok yon? Mary Grace. Nasa si Mary Grace? Si Justin. Federico. Si Federico Roland, ito yung student na kasama dati.
Yung transferee po dati, ma'am.
Yes, sa pagkakaalam ko, hindi siya dapat magtitake ng triple I. Bakit kasama siya dito? Anyway, ilan lang yung mga sumasagot sa research. So, siguro sa ano na to, Sir Vito, kung sino lang yung mga sumasagot, sila lang ang bibigyan natin ng grade. Kasi this research is by group. You should be working by group.
Alam ko po ma'am, they will be grade as a whole, tapos may grade din sila as individually.
Okay.
According to their triple
Leader.
IP.
Okay.
Yes ma'am.
So, with that, yung pong research question number 2, hindi po siya applicable sa ano natin, sa study natin kung qualitative research siya. Kasi yung mga sinabi ko, ng impact, reason, effect, pang-quanti po lahat sila. And then dun sa literature review po natin, hindi siya APA format. Tapos hindi kayo nag-cite ng source. Tama ba, Sir Vito? Kasi chine-check ko yung paper nila, walang in-text citation
Yes
or
ma'am.
di sila nag-cite ng source. So dito pa lang, pwede tayong makulong kasi intellectual property, tapos hindi nyo sila in-acknowledge. And then dun sa foreign literature naman, dun pa lang sa introduction natin, yung 1991, wala na bang mas babata pa sa 1991? Kasi it's very important to use related study or related literature na dapat, according to Sir Marlon, 5 years lang. Pero hindi kami masyadong strict sa Angeles City Senior High School. That's why we came up na kahit 10 years yung related study or related literature, tatanggapin na. Pero si 1991, napakatanda na nito. Okay? So make sure
Nakapanganak
po.
ko pa kanta ma'am.
Yes! 4 years old pa lang yata ako nito, Sir Vito. So, it's very important na yung related study natin, related literature, napapanahon siya para yung yung study natin, credible, yung related study is credible siya sa study natin na ginagawa. Talagang related siya or relevant siya sa study natin na ginagawa. Kasi magkakaroon ng problem na baka may recent study na mas maganda pala yung result niya or mas maano pala itong study na to kesa dun sa study na luma na. Okay po? So, as stated by Sir Vito, we should follow the APA 6 or APA 6 sa pag-ano po um, ng study natin. Hindi natin nagamit yung APA 6, yung format po natin hindi nagamit. Especially po dun sa citation. Okay, nasabi na nila yun. Doon tayo sa referencing or references. As mentioned by Ma'am Chinky, tama po na hindi po pwede na dadalawa lang po yung ano natin. Ang difference po ni qualitative and quantitative, pag quali po kasi kailangan as your study process, pwede kayo magbasa ng kahit na anong study na related sa study natin, study natin or sa thesis natin. Si Quanti naman, dapat marami na kayong nabasa, marami na kayong nalaman na study before kayo mag-conduct ng study nyo. So, yung mga, sana may nag-take down notes po ng mga comments ng lahat ng panelists po natin para maitama po ito, yung research nyo. Wala, unfortunately kasi last year, hindi tayo nagkaroon ng time para magkaroon ng ganito, ng DO. Hindi tayo nagkaroon ng oral defense, hindi tayo nagkaroon ng oral defense para sana maano natin. So anyway, sabi naman ni Sir Vito and Ma'am Chinky lahat ng comment, yun lang yung masasabi ko. Nag-focus ako dun sa literature review kasi mostly na-mention naman na ni Ma'am Chinky at ni Sir Vito. Sana lang lahat ng mga kasama dito sa natin, research natin na to, yung mga group, sana alam din nila kung ano yung process, paano nagawa yung research natin. Okay po? With that, thank you po.
Thank you very much. Okay, Sir Vito, go.
Presenters, please don't be afraid to answer kasi this is your way of showing what have you learned with your research. Kasi kayong gumawa niyan, hindi naman kami. So, syempre, meron kami ibang perspective. That is the time that you either, wag lang puro yes po or tahimik lang. You need to defend your paper. Let's say, for example, yun nga, na-mention namin kanina, medyo confusing. Kung talagang yun yung gusto yung title, you defend it. Okay? Because dito namin makita na talagang you really want that research to be good. Kasi pag ina-accept nyo lang as is, parang wala lang. Okay? So please, hindi ito yung, ayaw namin pakita sa inyo na ang oral defense is some way of, sabi nga ni Ma'am Weng, hindi namin kayo dinidegrade dito sa oral presentation, but rather giving you a chance to voice your ideas out and training you to accept criticism, okay, to better enhance yourself with regards to writing your research. Okay? Sir Ronald.
Thank you very much. Okay po, remember ha, okay, answering a question, ayan ang natutunan natin ngayon, answering a question into a defense is a win-win situation for the researcher. Why? You answer it right, the panelist will help validate your research. You answer it wrong, the panelist will give you suggestion and recommendation. Why? Kasi it will help your panelist to come up with a better suggestion or idea. Okay, so don't be afraid to answer question coming from your panelist. Okay, so with that, congratulations to Luis for successfully finishing your oral defense. Next group will be the group of what? Christina?
Alexander, boss. Ay, Alexander, sir.
Alexander. Okay. Am I right? Christina Simbulan is from Alexander?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, 12 Luis, you may now exit the Google Meet. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Ivan, Steven, congratulations. Rana, Criselda,
Thank you po. Thank you po.
Francis, congratulations. Nice work, guys.
Thank you, ma'am and sir. Thank you po.
Okay, Miss Simbulan, are you going to present live or you have a pre-recorded video?
I have a pre-recorded video, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So there you have it, our dear panelist from 12 Alexander. The floor is yours now.
Okay na po ba?
Yes, you may present.
Okay po.
Na-share mo the entire screen para marinig namin.
Naka-share the entire screen po, ma'am.
Napakisend dun sa chat box yung ano mo, yung link niyan. Ako na lang mag-access.
Okay po.
Hi everyone, I am Javelin Esmeralda, presenter number 1 of Group 3, 12 Alexander, to couple gusto team. So this study will talk about the analysis and determination of the overall marketing opportunities of couple gusto. So the couple gusto team decided to build a small business that sells cupcakes. So we collaborated with the two sections, which is the PPP team, who made the product itself, and the ICT team, who makes the websites and pages. We all know that starting a business in this pandemic is very risky and challenging. So social media is a big help to us for promoting and advertising our product, and also for boosting our customers' reach. So for the situation analysis, we'll tackle about the internal and external capabilities of our product different from other products. So for our market summary, we have 4 sections, which is the market demographics, the market needs, the market trends, and the market growth. So the Couple Gusto product is not just an ordinary cupcake. It is made and created full of love, artsy, and classic cupcake. The Couple Gusto is for everyone. There is no age limit on it. And also, even if you are part of LGBTQ, you're male, you're female, it is for everyone. And we created the Couple Gusto for a very affordable price. We all know that cupcakes are not a basic need, but it is a food that will bring you a joy and happiness.
Good day, I'm Camille Basco Lozano from 12 Alexander. So for today, I'm going to discuss the SWOT analysis. First, the strength. Cap Augusto have unique taste of cupcake and suitable for any occasion. Second is the weaknesses. Cupcakes are high in fat and calories, and especially non-essential type of food. Third is the opportunities, creating new and unique flavors for the cupcake and potential market growth. And lastly, the threats. Climate may affect the business operation and poor economic situation globally. And also, we have pandemic. Here is the visualization of competition. The product offering. Cup Augusto will offer high quality and delicious cupcake that will give satisfaction to our customer. The product of Cup Augusto have professional and friendly way. We will offer the 3 different flavors that will surely bring delight and love to our customer. We have here Trifle Choco, Cookies and Cream, and Rocky Road. And the Cup Augusto also offer cash on delivery service through GCash. At this time of pandemic, the safety of our staff and customer is our top priority on this pandemic.
Hi, I am Lance Allen Flores of Group Number 3 and I am here to present marketing strategy of Cap Augusto. Mission of Cap Augusto. Cap Augusto aims to provide high standard quality of cupcakes that give satisfaction to our valuable customers. We strive to bring customers exactly what they want in a professional and friendly way. Marketing objectives. Cap Augusto's marketing objective is to provide good quality products in the market, to customize our product based on the needs and expectation of our customers, to promote the product and reach more customers, to be competitive in the market. Next is our financial objectives. Cap Augusto wants to become zero debt cupcake sellers to increase earnings by at least 15% annually to reach minimum annual earning of 90,000 pesos this year. Target markets. Cap Augusto's target market are children who love to eat sweets and desserts, teenagers who eat desserts as their snacks, and adults who are young at heart and loves to relieve their stress by eating dessert. Product positioning. Cap Augusto wants to ensure the sweetness and smile of our target markets by providing the product that are made with love and passion. We want to exceed the expectation of our customers and remember our product for the rest of their lives. Next is marketing program. Production description. Cupcake is well known as eternally sweet dessert pastry, but to come up with unique one, we have created the version 2.0 cupcake, which is Cup Augusto. Craving satisfied. Cup Augusto serving you the finest cupcake in town. It is a chocolate-based cupcake with a variety kind of toppers with frosting flavors. Next is price. Cup Augusto chosen the pricing strategy is markup price. We choose this strategy to ensure that there is enough profit for the company and net loss will be avoided. As it is shown below, our capital, number of unit produced, original price per box, markup price, and selling price. Next is place distribution. We distribute our product in Angeles City Senior High School, San Ignacio, Pandan, Angeles. Francisco G. Nepomuceno Memorial High School, in City Center, Pandan, and Jose P. Dizon Elementary School in Pandan, Angeles. Next is promotion. Cap Augusto will promote 3 varieties of cupcakes through social media, brochure, website, and word of mouth to increase its brand awareness and popularity to people. Here is some of our flyers that we give to our people and target markets, and here is our FB page, and this one is our website, and that's all.
Let's talk about our controls. Implementation. To ensure for a successful implementation and this marketing plan works well, we assign people who are qualified and skilled enough to do the task. For instance, the TBL Bread and Pastry team to the production of cupcakes, TBL ICT for promotion in different media platforms, while us, the ABM team, creating marketing and budgeting plan. Contingency plans. We have contingency plans to allow Cap Augusto to return to its daily operations as quickly as possible after an unforeseen event. Some of the possible circumstances are as follows. Not enough funds. We already set budget plans for this. It helps us in allotting funds to different activities of the business. In that way, we can avoid the possibility of having losses. Pandemic. COVID-19 did really affect a lot of lives of Filipinos, but this pandemic will not stop us in serving people our best products. Since we cannot sell in a store with lots of people coming over, we will sell cupcakes online. This will ensure that all of us are following safety health protocols. Safety is always our priority. Fluctuating sales. We usually forecast our sales so that we can sell our objectives and target revenues. However, low sales, low income, and low amount of cash exist, and this might lead to a larger one, which is net loss and bankruptcy. In order to avoid this, we maximize our efforts in producing and marketing our products. Plus, we provide budget plans, improve marketing strategies, and double our efforts in managing the business.
Okay. Sir Ronald.
Okay, sir. If they're done, we can proceed to the questioning. I guess, sino po ang gusto mauna sa mga panelists natin?
Ako na po, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
So,
Actually, hindi na nga kita nila, hintay na lang kita ano, ma'am.
oo nga po, sir. So,
Okay, go
para
ahead,
po,
Ma'am Jiki.
para po, para po matapos na. Okay, so I
Okay.
have few questions lang naman po and few comments lang po with marketing research na ginawa po ng mga bata. And first of all, I would like to commend as well the members of this group now for making such a wonderful innovation or marketing research. No? So, my first question po is, given na, of course, nandiyan na yung ating marketing research, no, nakapag-ano na tayo. So, can you at least give two possible reasons for the product failure po? No? Anyone can answer. Can you at least give at least two possible reasons yung mga pwedeng mag-fail po yung product? It's just an ano po, para if ever na mangyari, no? So, anyone can answer po. Can you at least give two possible reasons for the product failure?
Before we answer questions po, can we ask for permission to speak in both English and Filipino?
Yes, you may, as long as na you can express yourself. Well,
Thank you po. As for our group po kasi, personally, nakita ko po kung paano po ginawa po the product. So, nakailang trials po bago po na perfect yung product. So, ang first po, yung measuring po yung measuring po for the cupcake, medyo na yung unang try po nila, medyo nag-fail po sila kasi hindi po nila nakuha yung tamang consistency po ng dapat po na texture ng isang cupcake po. Tapos yung pangalawa po sa frosting, nahirapan po sila, as I observed po, nahirapan po sila sa paggawa ng frosting kasi po unang-una po yung measurements po, ma'am, iba-iba po yung na-search po nila na measurement sa and sa napanood po nila. Tapos yung pero sa huli naman po, ma'am, nakuha naman po nila yung tamang measurement and hanggang ngayon naman po nagagamit pa din po siya.
Okay, so thank you. So anyone po? Pwede po magdagdag ng sagot? So dun sa sagot ni Miss Christina, tama nga po, when it comes to baking kasi dapat exact yung mga measurement.
Yes.
Unlike po kasi kapag nagluluto tayo ng lutong ulam, na basta dagdag bawas lang ginagawa natin. Pero kasi sa baking, it's important na measured po lahat ng mga ingredients natin. So I will proceed po sa aking pangalawang question. So, what kind of marketing research technique po is practiced before introducing your product po in the market? Meron po ba kayong nagawang mga marketing practice before introducing your product into sa society or sa inyong area or sa mga customers?
Honestly po, wala po, ma'am. So, parang first time po kasi namin siyang gawin ngayon. So, ayun po.
So, since wala po kayong nagawang practice, no? So, ano po yung mga nakita nating na-discover natin while doing that marketing research?
As a first timer po kasi, ma'am, parang sa una po kasi mahirap po siya, honestly, kasi syempre po first time po siya. So, nag-search po kami, actually ako po, nag-search po ako sa Google kung paano po siya simulan, ganyan, para may basis po ako kung paano po siya gagawin. Tapos, I shared some ideas to my group mates para aware din po sila kung paano po gagawin yung marketing research po. So,
okay, so siguro lahat naman ng kagroup mo nag-agree with the marketing research that you have done and siguro lahat naman is aware din kung ano yung product niyo, no? So, As a group po, what motivates you to create this kind of product? Last question na lang po pala yun.
Kasi naisip po ng group po namin, ma'am, na ngayon pong pandemic, parang popular po ang cupcakes. So parang pag naisip po na, pag nagbenta po kami ng ganitong product, parang kasi po popular, alam naman po natin na pag trend po, pag popular, parang tinatangkilik po ng mga tao. So, yun po yung naisip namin na one of the reasons why we pursued to sell cupcakes po.
Okay, very well said po. Thank you for continuously answering my questions po, Miss Christina. So I hope everyone po will answer as well, will share their ideas po regarding dun sa questions po. So with that po, I am done with my questions po. Mamaya ko na po sasabihin yung mga improvements.
Thank you
Sige
very
po.
much, Madam Jinky. Sir Vito?
Okay po. First, medyo magiging technical ako ng konti. Just like the previous groups. Kasi naka-handle din ako ng sa AUF noon yung business proposals nila for FedEx competition, which nakapasok kami until top 10, if I'm not mistaken, not to brag, but umabot kaming top 10 nationwide. Okay. One of the questions is, what is your capital for this one? How much is your capital?
Our capital is 2,500 po ang capital.
2,500. Okay, good. Because I'm looking at your projected income statement. Okay, so if this is for a year, then you have 12,000 something or 13,000. Let's round it off na lang. Around 13,000. Your monthly, if I'm not mistaken, rough lang to, rough estimate of your monthly is around only 1,500. Okay, that is 500 pesos short of your capital kung tutuusin. Ano ba ang inyong ideal na return of investment? Medyo technical eh. Nasa ABM kayo, tama?
Yes po.
Medyo technical akong konti kasi syempre, if you're going to start a business, tapos kung kayo rin yung mga business partners and kasama pa, for example, yung mga TVL, 1.5 is really low per month. Okay, so what is your intended ROI dapat talaga? Or return of investment? Ilang percentage ang gusto nyo bumalik sa inyo as your ROI from your 2.5 na capital? Anyone? Ilang percent? Is it 10, 15, ganon? Ang gusto nyo bumalik sa inyo? To justify yung 1.5 na monthly nyo, estimated, to justify. Kasi ang projected income statement nyo for the year 2021 is 12,932. Okay, if you will do it monthly, this is roughly around wala pa sa 1.5. Is it within your return of investment or not? Ilan ba ang return of investment?
We are targeting po mga 25 to 30% po sana.
Okay, 25 to 30%. So let's check if it's within your, sabihin natin 1.5. So 25%, tama, Miss Angela?
Yes, sir.
25%. So, sorry, yeah, 1.5 per month. 2.5 pala. 2.5 ang inyong capital and you want to have 25% investment, let's say per month. Okay, good. Yung return nyo dapat is 625, which is way above your monthly projected income for the month of 2021. That's good. Next time, pakita nyo rin yung yung capital and your ROI para makita ng mga, for example, investors, kami yung mga investors nyo, makita namin na profitable ang inyong business. Okay? Pero syempre, if kayo lang, for example, kayo lang ang ang business owners hindi kasama, for example, yung iba nakasama nyo during the presentation last grading. Napanood ko yung presentation nyo eh. Di ba kasama nyo si Tulio? Tama ba?
Yes po.
Okay, napanood ko yan eh. If kasama sila, 1.5 is really low. Okay, so tingnan nyo rin. This is for future reference nyo na lang if you're going to start a business. Okay, tandaan nyo, gusto nyo ring kumita, not because, gusto nyo kumita sa business nyo. So, you balance it naman. So, I commend you, nakuha nyo yung sa projected income nyo, mataas ang inyong um, nakuha, which is above your ROI, which is good. Then, last ko na lang, wala akong masyadong makitang flaws dito. Maganda ang inyong ano, sales forecast din. This is short term or long term? So parang 3 years is just a short term. Short term lang, no? Yung sales forecast nyo.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Next time you need to put also your, para sa akin I'm not sure with your ABM teachers kasi iba ang approach nila doon sa ginawa naming approach dati. Meron kaming short term which is 3 to 5 years. Then we have a long term which is mga 10 to 20 years nung nag-present yung mga students ko na, former students ko. Okay, so in my opinion, mas maganda kung pakita nyo kasi number one ano dyan is you encourage your investors to give money to your business para tumaas. Okay? Then last na lang, I suggest some parts, for example, is kung bakit cupcake, for example, yung na-mention nyo kanina, di ba, trending siya. Tama ba,
Opo.
Miss,
Opo.
Miss Christina?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Mas maganda if you put a reference to that. Okay? Business research should also have references to back up your statements na ngayong pandemic sikat trending si cupcake. So paano mo nasabi 'yan? Okay, ito yung mga papers, ito yung mga researches under this kind of business. Para mas reliable tayo, mas na-encourage kami, for example, kami ni Ma'am Jinky and Ma'am Weng, gusto namin mag-invest sa business nyo. Nakikita namin na, okay, hindi lang nila sinabi to. It is studied already. Okay? Then also, demographics, mas maganda if for example, you will take business-related courses, survey, you do surveys before you start your mismong product. Okay? Kasi doon mo makikita, like for example, kanina sabi nyo doon sa presentation, open to all age. Okay? Yet dito sa paper nyo, nakalagay sa 12 to 40. Okay? So may percentage pa kayo dito. You need to show paano nyo ginawa yon, ano yung demographics nyo, so on and so forth. Mas malinaw. Kasi yun yung target market nyo. Okay? With that, I'll give the floor to Ma'am Weng.
Okay, Ma'am Weng.
Okay po. Na-atching ako, wait lang. Hello po. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Good morning po.
Medyo maingay po yung mga bata. Okay, so I just want to ask everyone about the title itself. So how did you came up with the title? Sino pong pwedeng sumagot? How did you come up with the title po?
Kinakabahan
po yata.
Ma'am, clarify natin ko. Bakit yung title or bakit ka po gusto? Ang question niyo po.
Paano sila nag-came up dun sa title nila?
So overall as a title.
Since yung We want to show po kasi lahat ng overall marketing plan po namin. So, hindi po namin pinili lang na, hindi po namin pinili lang na tawagin siyang marketing plan. So, we want to show the whole marketing strategies, yung opportunities ng Kapagusto po.
Okay, thank you, Angela. Uh, may ano akong title siguro dito. Siguro, strategic kasi masyadong analysis and determination of the overall marketing opportunities of Capo gusto. Parang analysis tapos determination. What does it mean say analysis? Di ba yung ano yung parang nagiging futuristic kayo for the Cap Augusto. Di ba? For
Yes.
Okay. So with that, hindi na siguro kasama si determination. Siguro mag-came up kayo sa isang word na appropriate na i-combine sa analysis. Siguro analysis strategic plan of the overall marketing opportunities of Cap Augusto. Tama po ba, Sir Vito? Hello po? Nadidinig po ba ako?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear po.
Nag-echo po ba?
Konti po.
Sige,
Ma'am,
yan
when,
ko lang.
tama po yung na-mention nyo kanina.
Okay po. Doon lang po ako sa title nag-focus. Overall naman, the paper is really good. Chinek ko siya. Although hindi ako masyadong familiar with the marketing planning, konti lang yung idea ko. Chinek ko lang yung mga technicalities. Very good yung presentation. Very good yung paper nyo. Wala naman akong masyadong nakikita Meron lang konti. Pero later on na lang namin sasabihin. Tapos kung future siya, di ba nakafocus kayo sa cupcake? Do you have any intervention, example cupcake, or do you have any intervention kung magkaroon ng failure yung yung business nyo?
Meron po, ma'am.
Nandito siya sa baba, tama? Yung itong fluctuating sales, pandemic. Okay, what if in the near future bigla kayong nagkaroon ng wala kayong funds? Anong gagawin natin? Nag-allergy ako. Okay. Kasi nakalagay dito, not enough funds, tapos meron kayong pandemic. Meron na ba kayong strategy na pwedeng gawin kapag biglang nag-pandemic, tapos biglang nag-fluctuating yung sales nyo? Ano kaya yung future marketing strategy natin na gagawin? Kasi more on planning to, di ba?
Opo.
So, ano kaya yung pwede natin gawin? Kasi hindi masyado na state dun sa, dun sa baba. Binasa ko kasi medyo wala siyang So, nakita ko lang, meron kayong plano. Pero ano yung pag nandun tayo sa situation ng pandemic, ano kaya yung mga gagawin natin? Siguro much better kung specified natin yung future strategy natin or plan natin for this certain problem that may occur in the future. Pero overall naman, okay po yung yung presentation. Siguro sir, let's move on sa comment po natin.
Thank you very much po. So, comments and recommendations na po tayo. Ma'am Jinky?
Yes po. So, I will just open po yung aking notes. Napaka-konti lang naman din po yung aking mga improvements po o yung mga comments sa marketing research po nila. Similar po with Ma'am Weng, very minimal lang din po yung alam ko when it comes to marketing research. No? Simulan po natin dun sa title. So from the title, meron po ako nakita na article again. So kindly tanggalin po natin yung article. Yeah. Nada. Okay. So proceed po tayo dun sa introduction. And also dun sa template po pala, ito po ba yung talagang inassign na template for marketing research? Ito po ba talaga yung binigay ni advisor?
Yes po.
Okay po. So, yeah. So for the introduction part, medyo nagkulangan kasi ako dito, no? Gusto ko sana ma-explain more on about the product and how did you come up with the name of the product. Bakit nga po ba Cup Augusto? Tama po ba yung pag-pronounce?
Opo.
So, bakit po kaya naging ganun yung name po ng inyong product? O ng inyong business or ng marketing ka?
Yung Cup Augusto po kasi, ma'am, na naisip po kasi ng ng TVL. So, ang sabi po na na meaning po niya is unique daw po siya, and when we say Cup Augusto daw po kasi is parang sinasabi mo sa ibang term na parang gusto ko ng cupcake, yung parang gano'n. Parang pinasosyal lang po siya na
Okay. So, sana na-explain natin yun, no? Kasi very catchy naman pala yung inyong title ng nyo, no? Name ng inyong product.
Dapat
So, sana
sa intro, Ma'am
Opo.
Zenky, nandun yan.
Nandun po sana yung part na yun. So, para na-introduce natin ng maayos. Hindi lang basta't magpo-proceed ka dun sa ng marketing research. Sana na-introduce yun na maayos. So, yun lang po, improve lang po natin. And for my number 4 po is, regarding dun sa executive summary, sorry, I'm not familiar with this one. Bakit po kailangan, what is the intention of including this part po sa inyong marketing research?
Executive summary po kasi is the summary of your work po. Parang doon po na-indicate po lahat ng ginawa po sa buong plan po and buong action po during the making of the cupcakes po. Parang narration po siya ng mga ginawa po, ganun.
The whole content ng inyong marketing research? Or yung procedure lang?
Procedures and po.
Okay. So, para siyang abstract, no? It gives a summary yun sa na. Okay. Number 5, the tenses of the sentences as well. So, if tapos naman din na nakapag-conduct na rin kayo, no? Change lang po natin yung mga present tense into past tense. And references as well, nabanggit po ni Sir Vito. So, dapat po meron kayong mga references to support nga po yung mga minimension natin dun sa inyong paper. No, para at least may backup po tayo. No? Once na makritik tayo, it will be included as a weakness po kasi ng paper. Hindi naman po pwedeng walang pinagkukuhanan ng mga intellectual ideas po ang mga researcher from the other authors po. So, might as well cite po tayo. No? And also, third-person point of view. So, I think yun din po yung ginagamit kapag sinabing marketing research. No, okay. With that po, I commend all the presenters po and even dun sa video. No, napakaganda po ng presentation nila. And even the pronunciation of their English as well is good po. Hopefully, sana po may pre-taste. Joke lang. So, with that po, I commend all of your effort po and hard work with your marketing research paper. So, that would be all, and thank you so much.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so, Sir Ronald, sunod na ako.
Yes, go ahead. Sige po, tuloy-tuloy na po tayo.
Okay. I commend you guys for creating this kind of product and plan. Kasi day one pa lang nung CBI third grading, pinanood ko na kayo on how you presented your business proposal. It's a really good proposal. And I hope sana ituloy nyo. Okay? Just like what I mentioned nung CBI natin, third grading, if I'm not mistaken, sabi ko ata, yung mga dati kong students, tinuloy nila yung business nila ngayon, even though it's pandemic, nakakatulong na sila sa family nila. So, sana tuloy nyo. Okay? First, I would like to add up doon sa sinabi ni Ma'am Jinky, maliban doon sa pangalan ng business of Couple Gusto na kailangan niyo explain niyo rin bakit ganun yung pangalan ng mga products na ino-offer niyo. Okay? Kasi napaka-trendy. Totoo. Trendy. Ay, napaka-catchy, Napaka-catchy. Totoo. So, we need to know bakit ganito yung pangalan ng inyong product. Okay? Di ba, if I'm not mistaken, Couple Gusto is the business. Tama?
Opo.
Tama ba?
Opo.
Okay, Couple Gusto is the business. So, na-explain nyo kanina na parang sinasabi mo, gusto mo ng cupcake. Tama?
Opo.
Okay. Sorry, naka-phone ako so hindi ko makita yung mismong link. Ano yung pangalan ng isang yung cupcake?
Avalon of Chalks, Rocky Road Fantasy, and
Okay, for example, yung
Brooklyn
Rocky
Cakes.
Road Fantasy. Okay, for example, Rocky Road Fantasy. Bakit niya siya tinawag na Rocky Road Fantasy? Okay? Kasi parang yun dun sa, parang dun sa, yes, we know it's Rocky Road. Pero bakit fantasy? Bakit yung patinagdagan ng fantasy? So, para madagdagan yung parang curiosity ng inyong potential customers. Okay? Another, just like what I mentioned kanina, yun nga, mas maganda sana kung pinakita nyo in a chart or a table format yung inyong demographics. Okay? And then, just like what Ma'am Jinky mentioned, and kanina na-mention din namin, preferences. Okay? Para maging credible yung mga claims nyo. And lastly, yun nga, yung ROI, yung sabi ko na kanina. Okay? Yun lang. Congratulations. And I hope makita ko in the near future yung business nyo. And also, yung question ni Ma'am Weng kanina regarding contingency plan. Okay? I suggest for the future nyo, kung itutuloy nyo siya as a business, courier services. Possible siya. Okay? Like Food Panda, Grab, ganun. If you're going to continue the business. So, and to give you an idea, ano yung possible answer dun sa question ko ni Ma'am Weng, if there's a new pandemic and the like. So with that, I commend you with your work. Congratulations.
Okay.
Ma'am Weng?
Yes, congratulations to this group. Okay po. Very good yung group na to, no, Sir Vito? Ma'am Jinky?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so the
Yes
first
po, ma'am.
one is, yun nga yung title, paki-revise lang ng konti. And then sa introduction, the introduction must have, uh, you have to introduce the product, paano yung na-develop, and then the process, and then include also the future plan for the introduction. And then, dun sa executive summary, tama din si Ma'am Chinky dito, pwede din ditong, kahit wala yung future plan dun sa introduction, nasa executive summary lang siya. Okay? Dapat nandun siya. Dapat yung nilagay niyo dito na we bought in just a day, our 19 boxes had been sold. Tapos, nyo dito, yung maraming first person na nakalagay, siguro lagi tayong mag-ano ng third person kapag tayo. Kapag business kasi, inaano natin yung personal personal judgment natin. Dapat lagi tayong third person nakafocus. Okay po. So, tapos po yung paper dapat justified po siya. Yung format po natin dapat justified. Okay po, hindi po siya align left. Dapat po i-justified po natin siya. And then, yung contingency plan nyo, dapat naka-indicate siya dito. Napaka-importante na may plano kayo. It indicates here the plan A, B, plan B, C, and D. Pero, how will it goes? Paano nyo siya ipapakita? Kasi if ever that I want to invest in your company, I want to see kung ano yung plano nyo, ano yung future plans nyo, if ever na mag-boom tong business na to, tapos biglang may certain problem na mag-occur, how will you deal with it? Dapat yung planning nyo, naka-indicate doon kung paano nyo susolution problem that may occur in the future. Okay, with that, thank you very much and congratulations to the ABM group.
Thank you very much po. So, for the ABM group, na-try nyo na mag-produce niyan, yung cupcakes na yan?
Opo.
Nakapag-benta na kayo?
Siguro
Ba't,
much better, no, kung meron tayong sample.
ba't di nyo kami binentahan? Joke. Okay, so sabi nga nila, no, I hope may continue nyo yan. No? The product is very catchy, Kapo Gusto. Lagi nyo tatandaan, maraming business na nagsimula sa friendship like the Ben and Jerry ice cream by Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, Microsoft by Bill Gates and Paul Allen, etc. Okay, so congratulations. Our next presenter po, from Harold po ba? Tama?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let's look for the morning
Okay.
session.
So, Harold na tayo. At the team of Jericho, Carl Tulio. Alexander, you may now exit the Google Meet.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you po.
Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
po.
you po.
You're now officially grad waiting.
Yes.
Okay, so dito po tayo sa group nila Jericho, Carl Tulio. Meron po kayong pre-recorded video, Carl, o live?
Yes, sir. We do have our pre-recorded video po.
Okay, the floor is yours. You can now have
Sir Vito, wala yung sa listahan natin yung yung marketing strategy ng grade 12 Alexander
Ma'am, nandun po sa may innovation.
sa grading sheet, sa
Separate.
score sheets natin.
Doon po sa isang score sheet, ma'am. Magkaiba sila ng rubric.
okay, the floor is yours, Mr. Tulio.
Yes, sir. Wait lang po. Thank you
Okay.
po.
To our panelists, may I present to you the researchers coming from 12 Harold.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jericho Carl Mendoza Tulio, and I am from or my group is from the athlete purpose to know the outcome and how important it is and sanitation to people. So, across all of these performances, we have to undergo with sanitation. As we do our performances like baking as a bread and pastry production student, we rarely do this sometimes because there is no people inside or there is no person inside our room when it comes to video recording and production. Through this study, we will answer many of the questions on how important kitchen sanitation is. There are the questions, how are they possibly connected to health awareness? And how can they contribute to health awareness? And what are the possible diseases to be present due to proper sanitation? And how can we improve kitchen sanitation as students or as learners? Lack of knowledge about kitchen sanitation and food safety is still a big thing, not just in our country but in the whole society. Prior to that, the target audience for this study are the students of ACSHS Senior High School, major in bread and pastry production.
Maano ka? Oh.
For the medical procedures, users various gadgets such as laptops, computers, and smartphones, render possession, and not implement others' privacy question. Others have been found for the research. Gathering instruments can help the researchers and the information on the respondents without being actually done. However, virtual meetings are not proper to ask questions problems from a knowledgeable study about teachers and and study that means to understand and overcome the knowledge. The data gathered by the research focus on accuracy and results. How can we improve credit pieces students proper education about food safety and kitchen sanitation? Knowledge of students about safety and kitchen sanitation is to enable the student to learn more about the environment of the kitchen. It can proper food hygiene contribute on health awareness. Proper food sanitation prevent illness that can cause harm to consumers. Followed to ensure that possible diseases are being prevented due to improper sanitation. The issue of foodborne illness improve the quality of our product and contribute to our health safety. So for the last part, we will start from where we analyze all the data held and strategies of this study. So behind every statistical region of the people who would be to make the study possible. With this, the researchers would like to express their heartfelt gratitude to taking their time to help with the study. So first of all, to our Almighty Godfather, who has given us the knowledge and wisdom to conquer all the challenges that lie ahead. We all know that we are inside a global pandemic, but still, He gave us the will and the strength for us to finish our studies. To our increased investigation and immersion professor, Mr. Abelino Gonzalez, for his guidance and patience and for his great understanding all throughout the process of this study. And finally, friends and colleagues from helping us to finish the study by motivating and supporting us all throughout the process. So we are very thankful for all of these people who are behind our back, helping us, motivating us, and they believe in us that we are able to finish this study for us to complete our requirements for the graduation. With that being said, I thank you everyone for listening to my group or to my
So that's all po, ma'am and sir. Thank you po for listening.
Okay. So I hope sa part ko lang nagputol-putol no yung sa ano signal ko lang may problem. Anyway, nabasa naman yata nila yung nakalagay doon sa video pre-recorded, no? So start na tayo ng ating Q&A.
So, proceed po ako sa questions ko. So, my first question po sa group ni Mr. Dolio. So, what have you discovered po dun sa inyong findings, no, from your research questions, from the responses of your respondents po, mga participants? What have you
Uh,
discovered po?
ma'am, can we have a permission to ask po if we can speak in English and Tagalog po?
Yes, you may po, as long as na you can express yourself well po.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po. So, upon the results po, parang nakita po namin or nalaman po namin na all of the students are not really knowledgeable dun tungkol po sa kitchen sanitation. So, nagkaroon naman po kami ng discussion na ganito nung grade 11 kami. Pero, yun nga po, hindi po naging enough sa kanila yung information kung ano nga po yung makukuha nila if ever man na improper yung magawa nilang sanitation. And also, yung pong nakuha naming results is if ever man daw po na magkaroon ng chance na magkaroon ng seminar about this uh, said topic, mas maganda daw po yun kasi mas madadagdagan po yung learning nila and mas mag-guide po sila ng teachers po.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Tulio, sa sagot, no? Pasok na pasok po sa banga. So how about po the other members po, aside po kay Mr. Tulio? Anyone would like to add dun sa sinabi ni Mr. Tulio? Wala ata, nananahimik ang body. Okay, so how about po this one? Next question na po tayo, no? So, syempre sa research natin, we have those gaps na tinatawag o yung mga problems. So far po, did you bridge any gap po from your study? Have you find the solutions that you are trying to locate po for your specific study or research? Anyone? Nandyan pa po ba? O baka na ano ako?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayun. My question again, did you bridge any gap po from your study?
So,
Anyone
sige
po?
po. Ako na lang po yung
Okay, sige, do the honor po, Mr. Tulio.
Yes, ma'am. So, in my opinion po, or our own experience po, nagkaroon lang po talaga kami ng problem when it comes to the non-participant observation dahil nga po sa screen lang kami nag-o-observe yung mga performances namin and also yung pong paghanap ng respondents. Kahit sabihin po natin 3 hanggang 4 lang po sila or 5, kasi hindi po gano'n ka-stable yung connection and also hindi po lahat pwede namin ma-interview dahil nga po hindi lahat privileged to have internet connection, ma'am. But we have solved that problem naman po and somehow gumana naman po yung communication through mobile phones po.
Okay, so yun nga po. So may mga limitations po tayo o yung mga certain problems na na-encounter na tayo na hindi na natin minsan hawak. So pasok po yan sa limitations ng ating study, no? Another question po, last question. If you could change something po regarding in your study, what will it be po? Kaya, ano yung pwede nating palitan or improve as a researcher? If you could change something regarding in your study, what would it be po? Para po ma-improve yung inyong paper. Kung may napansin po kayo sa inyong paper.
Ma'am, pwede ko
Okay
po
po.
sagutin. So,
Sige
para
po,
po
Mr.
sa akin,
Al.
ma'am, yung mga or yung bagay na may improve, ma'am, is yun nga yung pag-gather ng information dahil nahirapan po kaming manguha or maghagilap ng mga information dahil nga sa nararanasan natin ngayon sa pandemic and sa mga araw na to mahirap na makipag-communicate kahit sa family or friends natin. Dahil nga, yung mga technology, yung ginagamit natin. Pero, ano ma'am, yun nga, kung ano yung i-improve ma'am, yun yung gather ng information. Kasi, merong ibang ways na, pwedeng gawin upang mas maging relevant yung mga information na makuha namin.
Okay, so thank you. Very well said po, Mr. Aaron. So with that po, syempre may mga certain issues din tayo, no? Or as a researcher, meron din tayong mga napapansin na kailangan i-improve na with regards dun sa communication natin with our participants. Kasi nakikiusap nga tayo sa kanila, no? To at least to active and sincerely give their feedbacks po, no? Or kung ano man po yung kailangan natin i-observe dun sa ating, or data kailangan natin sa ating research. So thank you po for answering, and I will just share my comments po later on na lang po. After po ni na Ma'am Weng and Sir Vito sa kanilang Q&A. With that
Thank
po,
you,
thank
Diba,
you.
ma'am?
Jiki. Sir Vito?
Sige po. Pasensya mo sa section na to. So, I'll be giving three questions. So, first is,
Sir
what
Vito,
is the
Sir
significant
Vito?
learning that you... Hello po? Naririnig?
Hello. Yes, sir. Sir, permission to speak first, sir. Tanong ko lang po kung sila na ba yung last group?
Yes po, for the morning session.
Okay. Thank you po. Sige po. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so for my first question, what is the significant learning that you had when conducting this research? Hindi sa process but rather based on your topic. Ano yung talagang natutunan niyo?
Hello po,
Putol
sir.
lang ako.
Hello po.
Nakuha ba yung
Narinig
buong
po ba?
sharing ko? Yes,
Medyo
yes. Nakuha ba yung
medyo malabo, hindi po namin masyadong marinig, pero yung po bang thought ng question is, ano po yung natutunan namin during the process of our research po ba?
Yeah, not the process but rather yung na parang it's a reflection based on
Okay po. Is anyone from our group na gusto mag-answer po before I speak?
Ako na lang po, ay Jericho. Yung natutunan po namin is yung during this pandemic po, mas kailangan po natin i-secure yung pagiging malinis po, lalo na po kapag nagbe-bake, parang kailangan mas doble po natin yung kalinisan po, lalo na po sa workplace na ating ipagbe-bake. And yun nga po kasi may mga bacteria na hindi natin nakikita, and lalong mas delikado ngayon kasi nga yun sa pandemic din po natin na ating naranasan ngayon.
Add lang po ako sa sinabi ni Mr. Anthony po. As a student po with not really broad learning when it comes to sanitation, dahil nga po hindi siya yung pinaka-major na in-explain nung grade 11 po kami, nabago po yung pananaw ko when it comes to foodborne illness, na kasi ang alam ko lang po dati is kapag improper sanitation, bacteria, food poisoning, yun lang po yung agad kong naiisip. So with this research, I was able to know na hindi lang pala yung problem ng food poisoning. And it happened almost every day all around the globe. And this is it's not a disease, pero this issue is really in need of attention po talaga, dahil kung di po ako nagkakamali, almost 8,000 ang namamatay every year because of hindi ko po, every year or every month, because of improper sanitation. So, hindi lang po talaga pananakit ng tiyan yung nakukuha natin dahil sa improper sanitation, but it can also lead to death po. Yun po.
Yes, solid question ka na. Meron ko lang inaasikaso pero we'll still continue. So, very good question. At least, napansin nyo, research is not just writing the paper, gathering data, and presenting it. Nakapag-reflecting kayo kung ano yung natutunan nyo. Then, second question is, um, ang focus ng study nyo is more on the sanitation practice or the possible problems na ma-encounter kung hindi nagagawa ang tamang sanitation. Alin sa mga yun? Sure ba siya?
Yes, sir. I think the question is well delivered. So it's time for them to answer.
Hello po.
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Tulio.
Apo. Sir, clear naman po siya. So, yung question po ba, yung pong pinaka-main focus po? Ah, to answer that question po, ang pinaka-focus po niya kasi sir, yung contribution po ng sanitation sa health po natin. So, which is yun pong mga problems na makukuha natin kapag hindi tama yung way ng pagsasanitize po.
With that, mamaya bibigay ako ng comments regarding sa conversation. So, at least clear sa akin. Then last is, yun nga, makita nyo rin sa recommendation. So, I commend you. Maganda ang paper niya. There are some changes na gusto namin pagawa dito rin sa paper niya. And there are some mga suggestions namin dito. And with that, I'll end my questioning as of now. So, I'll give Ma'am Gwen the floor.
Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Sir
sir. Thank you
Vito.
po.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jericho. Good morning, Ma'am
Good morning,
Judy, and to
ma'am.
everyone. Okay, with the title, dun muna tayo sa technicality. If I am not mistaken, this study is related to the study that you submitted to me last year, Jericho. I still remember it. Tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. However, I was not able to scrutinize the paper. Tsaka hindi ko nakapagbigay ng comment sa inyo because we didn't have the chance to have oral defense just like this. Anyway, I want to revise the title. Okay? Kasi as you
Yes po.
explained your purpose of this research, pag sinabi na kitchen sanitation at bread and pastry production student in ang recipe senior high school, siguro much better para maging siyang qualitative study. Let's say the perception of bread and pastry production student towards kitchen sanitation. Or pwede yung sinabi niyo kanina, problem encountered. Ano yung sinagot mo kanina kay Sir Vito dun sa tanong niya? Pwede,
Problem encountered and health contribution. Yun po, ma'am.
o kaya, kung gusto niyo mag-focus dun sa health, you can indicate yung sa health. Kasi, nandun naman kasi sa paper nyo yung lahat ng sinabi mo. So, pwede natin i-revise na possible problems encountered or of improper sanitation or relevance of proper sanitation. Kasi, kasi para kasing kitchen sanitation, parang pag binasa ko to, para lang siyang subject ng TVL. Okay? So, let's make it like kung ano yung perception nyo, kung ano yung pinaka gusto nyo gawin. Sabi nga ano yung aim nyo, sabi nga ni Sir Vito. Kasi sa title pa lang, tsaka pag binasa mo yung mismong paper nyo, parang gusto nyo malaman yung importance ng sanitation. Anong relevance ng sanitation. Tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you po. Yes po.
Okay. As I read the paper, parang kasi yung naintindihan ko as you indicate the definition of terms, yung pathogens, yung microorganism, it deals with the health of the people who might encounter if hindi proper sanitized yung mga ginamit natin sa pagluto or sa pag-prepare ng food, these are the possible na microorganism na mag that has impact to the health of whoever eat yung food na prepare. So, with that also, yun lang naman yung comment. Wala naman masyado. Tapos, ang comment na ako kasi
Yes po.
ayoko na magtanong sa inyo. We don't have much time though. And then, this lang sa introduction. Therefore, it's better if you got um, the meaning of sanitation plan from the internet or from any source. You have to cite the source. Very important kasi yung pag-cite ng source. Okay po. And then you can indicate if it is in text
Okay
or
po, ma'am.
and text citation. Yun lang naman. Technicality yung inaano ko. So, din lang sa mga sa introduction, yung pag-cite ng source is very important po. And then, hindi kayo gumamit ng APA6 format. Ginamit nyo yung Germanic format na binigay ko sa inyo last year. Tama?
Yes, ma'am. Yes
Okay.
po.
This is Germanic format wherein we talk about the format that everyone will use for this research congress, which is the APA6, APA6. Okay, pa-follow na lang yung format kapag ni-revise niyo yung paper nyo.
Yes po, ma'am.
Siguro dito sa general research questions nyo, kung as indicated here sa methods nyo, it's qualitative. Gawin nyo lang na questions na pang qualitative. Okay po. Tapos, kasi open-ended question siya. Okay, same with the review of related literature. May 1995 tayo. Make sure po, matanda na natin na RRL is 2001 kasi 2021 na tayo. Tama po ba? 2001, 2021.
Yes po, ma'am.
2011. Tama? 2011. Kasi 10
Yes
years.
po, ma'am.
Okay,
10 years, opo.
2011. Okay, kasi nakalagay dito. Actually, according to Sir Marlon, Dr. Marlon Tayag, dapat daw 3 to 5 years lang yung age ng RRL natin. However, kung wala talaga tayong makitang related doon sa topic natin, we can adjust until 10 years po yung gap. Okay po. Tapos, okay. So, always paraphrase, Jericho. So, kahit na isinite niya siya yung source according to ganyan-ganyan, just get the gist of the article na nakuha nyo or the study, kung ano yung relevance niya sa study nyo. Do not copy everything, just the important or relevant matter that has relation with your study po. So, you don't need to copy everything, just paraphrase it. Okay po? Kasi napag-aralan natin yung paraphrasing, summarizing, sa ano po natin,
Yes
yung
po,
APP.
ma'am.
So, make sure po na i-apply natin lahat ng yon. Okay? And then, methodology, okay din yung inanin nyo yung mid-gated interview. So, I would like to commend that kasi inanin nyo, ginamit yung mid-gated interview wherein you conducted the interview through the email. Okay, and mobile phones. Pero, if ever that you use mobile phones, how did you talk to the participants of the study? Okay, dapat indicate nyo lang doon. Dapat inano nyo na, kasi pag mediated
Specify
interview,
po.
yes, kasi
Okay
email
po.
lang yon. Pero kapag you use the mobile phones, definitely you may nagkaroon kayo ng conversation, okay? So, how did you conduct the non-participation of observation?
Ma'am, yung po naging basis po namin sa non-participation observation po is yung mga videos po namin sa performance kapag nagluluto. Kasi minsan po, nagso-show up din po dun na yung iba po talaga nakakalimutan nilang ilinis yung mga hindi naman kailangan na equipments po.
Okay, would you mind if I ask what's the meaning of non-participation observation and participation observation, Jericho? I want, sino pwedeng sumagot sa group? Sino mga kagrupo ni Jericho? Check ko nga yung ano mo, yung paper ko. Sino yung mga kagrup ni Jericho?
Ma'am, wala po sa
Ay,
paper
ba't
po.
wala sa paper?
Hindi po namin nalagay, ma'am, kasi nga po yung iba late po sila nagko-contribute po.
Hmm. Okay. So, sino pwede sumagot? So, si John Anthony, ikaw din ba to? Si John Anthony Salvador.
Ma'am, pa-repeat po yung question.
Okay, do you know about the difference between non-participation observation and participation observation?
Yung ano, pagkakaintindi ko lang po, yung non-participation observation po, kapag po yung ina-observe na participants ay involved po, pero hindi naman po siya totally involved dun sa parang na-observe po.
Mm-hmm. Tapos?
Ginagamit po, ito po yung method na ginagamit para maging specific, to study specific occurrence or event while staying away from the actual phenomenon. Tapos yung ano po, yung part medyo gets.
Okay. In the current situation, this pandemic, I would like to commend yung ginamit nyo na non-participation of observation wherein you just use the video that was sent by your classmates kasi dun sa mga ano yun, dun sa mga performance task nyo, I think, yun yung mga ginamit nyo. So, when say non-participation observation wherein you did not have the direct contact with the participants. You just watch it far away from them. Pag sa aming participation observation, nakipaghalubilo ka sa kanila. Okay po. Pero you did not conduct any interview, hindi kayo nagtanong, nandun ka lang, nagpa-participate, pero hindi mo sila inaano, hindi ka nagko-comment or hindi ka nagtatanong. I would like to commend that non-participation observation. Okay yung data gathering instrument na ginawa nyo, yung methods nyo, mahusay na detalye nyo kung paano nyo ginawa. Pero, yun nga, virtual interview with the participant. Remember everyone, kapag qualitative research siya, participant po ang tawag natin. Kapag po quantitative research siya, respondent po ang tawag natin. Okay?
Noted po, ma'am.
Tapos nakita ko dito, bakit gumamit kayo ng mediated interview tapos virtual interview? Ano nyo yun? Medyo na ano siya, mediated interview, tapos ano pa yung isang type ng interview?
Yes po.
Okay? Medyo ano lang, nag-contradict yung data gathering natin virtual interview tapos mediated interview.
Okay po, ma'am. Noted po.
Okay, sige, Ma'am Jinky, wala na akong i-comment. Ikaw na. Alam ko marami kang i-comment. Dun sa referencing, ikaw na lang mag-ano, Ma'am Jinky. Dun sa appendix niya. Medyo ano lang, yung sa referencing nila. Although, pero tama naman yung ano nila, yung pang, ano lang, indentation. Yun lang yung ano. Yun lang yung mali.
Sige po, ma'am. I-mention ko na lang po later on. So, ayan. So, good morning again. So, ay, tapos na po ba, ma'am?
Yes, Ma'am
Okay na po, ma'am.
Yes, Ma'am Jinky.
Okay po. Thank you po, ma'am. So, let me start off first dun sa ating, of course, the format. It has been mentioned na rin po ni Ma'am Weng. So, follow po natin yung prescribed format po, lalo na sa triple I, no? Kung ano po yung ibinigay ni advisor. And regarding dun sa introduction nyo, may nakita kasi ako na information doon na mga data, for example, yung around 800 children. So dito kasi hindi nakasite yung certain website or article na pinagkuhanan niya. So hindi po pwede tayong mag-invento na data na kamukha ng ganun. So as much as possible po, kailangan nating i-cite yung references natin doon. Baka yung makakabasa dito, baka sabihin ang researcher is nanghula lang siya and naglabas siya ng mga data na ganito na without any proof, di po ba? So, avoid po natin yung mga ganun, lalo na kung may mga data na nakalagay po. So, as much as possible, we cite po yung ating mga references. Ayan. So, meron atang chat si ma'am. Ano ba pala? I-ano ko na lang. Proceed po ako sa number 3. So, the intent as well from your introduction po, kindly specify po natin the intent of your research and why did you come up with the research. And also, yung sentence construction po natin, there are some, of course, minimal na grammar errors po regarding sa inyong research. So, ayusin na lang po natin, improve natin siya. You may use Grammarly din po as a helping tool po sa inyo. Ayan. So, another is the spelling, of course. Meron mga napansin na yung spelling. So, again, American Standard English po yung ginagamit natin. No? Para po hindi tayo nagkakalito-lito sa spelling po. No? Para unified po yung ating ginagamit, Standard English. And of course, sabi ko na rin po ito sa ibang researcher, no? The tenses as well. No? Kung past, na siya, tapos na po yung research, i-transfer, ayan po natin siya. Gawin na po natin past form yung mga sentences natin. Lalo na kapag nakapag-conduct, no? Hindi na po present tense. And regarding din sa research instruments, I was about to ask po yung mediated interview. Pero since kanina na-clarify na po ni Ma'am Weng, so I will just skip na lang po for that part. And also, dun sa inyong research, there are some synouns po. Synoun, kilala naman po natin yan. May mga common nouns and proper nouns. So kindly observe lang po yung mga minimal errors po natin nun. Kapag proper names po yan, so of course, we capitalize the first letter. Okay po. And, nandiyan pa po ba? Yan, na-observe pa po
Yes,
ba?
ma'am. Nagno-notes po, ma'am. Yes po.
Okay.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay po. So, then sa research type po, nakita ko is quali nga and naka-mention din dun sa, since kasi ang research, usually, in-explain natin na maayos yung kung anong klaseng research design. No? Pero nakita ko na lang on the latter part ng inyong research design, yung phenomenological, tama ba? If I am not mistaken, balikan ko nga. Yung,
Yes po, ma'am.
okay, naka-explain po kasi siya dun sa latter part, so hindi ko siya agad napansin. So akala ko is you just indicated lang dito na qualitative yung inyong research. But okay na po dun sa part na yun. Ayan. So, proceed po tayo dun sa results and discussion. Dun kasi sa results and discussion, nakita ko nakalagay pa yung mga questions. No? As much as possible, palagay na lang po natin yung findings dito. Eliminate na lang po yung mga questions. No? Naka-bullet form or naka-number type po yung ilalagay natin dito. Yung findings na lang po natin. Huwag na natin i-include yung questions. Po ba sa analysis po, sa interpretation po ng ating mga data. Okay po. Yan. So, another comments. Yan, dun sa references as well. Syempre po hindi po pwede yung masyadong matanda na, no? Kasi yung mga content nga po ng papers is nag-update, kaya nga po meron tayong mga edited version, no, latest version ng mga books nagre-release lagi yan or even sa website. As much as possible po, 5 years or 10 years yung tanda po ng ating references. And dun sa order po ng inyong references, hindi po naka-indent po sa may baba. And dapat po naka-alphabetical order yung mga references nyo po na nandito. Okay po? And yung spacing po, masyadong malaki yung spacing. Observe lang po natin yung minimal or intended space po para po dun sa mga proceeding yung mga ibang references nyo na nandito. And wala pala kayong naka-indicate na mga appendices, no? O yung mga documentations or even letters for validation.
Oo, wala silang ganun.
Opo. Wala po akong
Yes,
napansin na
ma'am.
ganun sa
Opo,
ano nila.
kulang po.
Oo. So, lagay na lang
Late
natin
po kasi
yung
kami nakapag-pass.
okay lang. At least,
Okay.
nakapag-present po kayo ngayon this week.
Kailangan
So,
lang i-revise yung paper.
Opo.
Yung kailangan
I-add
yung
na
mga
lang.
word.
I-add na lang po.
Ma'am Jinky, may add lang ako dun sa data
Sige po, ma'am.
analysis and interpretation. Ano na lang, siguro yung pag-interpret ng data natin, Jericho, as mentioned by Ma'am Jinky, you don't need to write the question already. So you just need to summarize all the response of your participants. Okay po?
Okay po, ma'am. Yes po.
Tapos yung sa ano natin, yung sa hindi siya appendix yung ilalagay. Kasi yung appendix na ilalagay natin yung mga letter nyo, yung validation letter, yon. Yung dito kasi, dahil sa ano nyo, appendix na nilagay nyo, references tong mga to. Kasi kapag sinabing references, as mentioned by Sir Vito a while ago, ito yung mga naka-indicate dun sa paper natin. Okay po? So, very good naman yung pag-cite ng source nyo. You followed the correct format po. So, at least na-apply niyo yung naturo ko sa inyo. Sa lahat ng naturo ko na kayo palang gumawa ng ganito. So, I really
Opo.
appreciate that, yung pag-reference.
Thank you, Ma'am Weng.
Kasi na-focus tayo before dito. So, na-follow niyo naman yung format na ginawa natin before. Unlike yung iba, hindi nila na-follow. Yung sa mga time management, dalawa lang. Pero, kulang lang sila, Jericho. Parang nagkulangan lang ako dun sa mga references niyo. Maybe you add
Yes po.
more dun sa ano
Yes,
nyo.
ma'am.
Para
Okay
maging
po.
relevant yung paper natin. Okay po?
Question ko lang po, ma'am.
Yes?
Isasama po ba namin dun sa appendices yung pong citation namin sa introduction?
Hindi siya sa appendices na. Kasi reference ang
Ay,
tawag
sa
doon.
reference,
Yung
opo.
appendices kasi natin, yung mga, yung mga ginamit yung tool, like yung questionnaires nyo, yung sinagutan nila. Example, kung may Google form kayo, you can indicate over there. And then dun sa you indicate also yung mga validation letter na inano nyo. Lahat ng ginamit nyo na mga tool sa pag-conduct ng research. Ayan po.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Sir Vito.
Okay, Sir Vito.
Okay po. Sensya na. Binabasa ko yung paper. First, suggestion na, with regards to our title, same lang po kami ni Ma'am Wen ng possible suggestion regarding that. Para mas klaro kung ano yung gusto nyo gusto nyo ma-focus sa research nyo. Another is, mas maganda rin kung yung SOP is in bulleted format or numbered format. Like for example, number 1, kasi number 1, 2, 3. Kasi mas magiging madali ang ating pagtingin dun sa results, sa conclusion at recommendation pag ganun. Another thing, mas mapapadali ang pagsulat mo ng title kung na-visualize mo ano yung mga gusto mo talaga masagot na questions sa SSD mo. Then another, yun nga, mas maganda sana kung APA format ang ginamit nyo. Tama si Ma'am Weng, this is Germanic, medyo matrabaho si Germanic. Unlike sa APA, dire-diretso ka lang. If you want to change that into an APA, I can give you a copy kung ano, copy-paste nyo na lang yung mismong paper nyo.
Ah, yes
And,
sir, we'd love to po. Thank you po.
and rather, yun nga, recency of the articles to use. And mas maganda sana if, for example, dito sa research design, sinabi mo na siyang qualitative, then ipasok mo na agad si phenomenological. Yung straight to the point kayo mag-explain with regards to your method. So you don't need to add more words, but rather, mas maganda kung straight to the point tayo. It's okay if it's just one paragraph dito sa research design, sampling, and population, the like. Mas maganda nga kung ganyan. Pero dito sa population, much better if you explain paano nyo na-come up na bakit dito nyo kinuha, bakit ganito karami ang ginamit nyo, what is your, ito good, sabi niyo si Koto sampling, okay? Ano yung quota nyo, ilan, so and so forth. Kailangan ma-explain nyo. Then, I commend your use of mediated interviews, okay? Dahil gumamit nga kayo ng um, mobile devices and also social media for what is taken. So, explain nyo rin paano nyo sila ginamit, just like what Ma'am Wayne mentioned. Then, I suggest you just put na lang na observation, okay? Kasi it's the same concept as non-participation observation. Kasi ang difference lang niya with regards to participant observation is ikaw na researcher yung nakikihalubilo sa kanila, ikaw yung gumagawa ng ginagawa nila. While in observation, I guess you're familiar with observation dahil na-observe naman kami sa class nyo sa mga master teachers. Ganun lang din. So, I guess ganun din ang ginawa nyo, pero through a video. Okay? So, much better you drop that non-participation. It's just a plain observation will do. Pwede siya. The data gathering methods and procedures, mas maganda if it's like a storytelling, wherein from start to finish, from the start of your data gathering, like for example, is naghingi kayo ng permission, so on and so forth, then consent, kung meron, then gathering of videos, answers, hanggang sa analysis part. Then ethical procedures, very good, binagay nyo. I suggest to add here na ilagay nyo na rin siya under procedures kasi ginagawang practice to na laman ko lang to during my masteral methods of research na I forgot to mention sa ibang group na kailangan nyong i-dispose, kailangan nyo rin explain paano nyo i-handle yung data after nyo ma-present yung inyong paper. Like for example, after today, after you finish your grade 12, after you graduate, anong gagawin nyo doon sa data nyo? Okay? Are you going to delete it? Are you going to dispose it in some way? You need to mention it kasi that is part also ng ethical procedures natin. At nalaman ko lang yan last year kasi to aside. Okay? Then, analysis and interpretation. Tama si Ma'am Jinky, kahit wala na yung question. Okay? Straight to the point lang tayo. Dun sa ACSHS kasi kasama na siya sa discussion agad. So you can give the summary and explain it. Pwede rin kayong gumamit ng related literatures to back up the answers. Okay? Para dumami din yung RRL nyo. Okay? Then, yun. Si discussion, pwede sa ACSHS kasi si discussion at results magkasama na. So no problem with that. Conclusion, much better if it's in bulleted format or numbered format. Conclusion 1 would answer SOP number 1, so on and so forth. And okay itong inyong recommendation. Yun nga, references, as much as possible, recent, 10 years at most, and also yung inyong number of references. Okay. With that, I commend you with a good work and presentation for this morning.
Thank you, Sir Vito.
Thank
Ma'am
you
Weng?
po.
Yes po. So, Sir Vito, this is the last group for this morning. So,
Apa.
May afternoon tayo, hindi na tayo sa afternoon, di ba?
Yes po, ako po ang
Yes
may
po.
iwan at saka si Sir Ronald.
Meron pa po ba tayong
Okay.
afternoon program, sir?
Yes po, sir.
Yes
4 groups
po.
pa po tayo. Pero straight na
So,
tayo to presentation.
straight na po tayo for the presentation. So, every members, pakikilala ko na lang po yung panels na, sir.
Opo.
Okay po. So, start po tayo ng 1 o'clock for the afternoon.
Yes po, sir.
I would like to thank the panelists for this morning session, Ma'am Weng Gomez, Ma'am Jinky Navallo, Sir Vito Dominic Sese, and Wilma Barosa. kanina pa si kanina pa si Wilma dito. Wilma, bakit nandiyan ka simula kanina first groupings mo?
Doon pa lang, yung record natin, I'll be posting it within the week or next week. I-edit ko pa para meron din kayong reference sa mga recommendations namin.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations, press. Congratulations to the rest of the team. There you have it.
Thank you
Nagtapos
din
tayo sa
po.
4 Harold. Ay, sa 12
Thank
Harold
you.
rather. Thank you. So enjoy
Okay.
our lunch.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats.
Thank you, Ma'am Weng, Ma'am Jinky, and Sir Vito, and Sir Ronald.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you
po.
po.
Just accept all the comments of the panelists in a good way po. So, wag po
Yes
kayong, manghihina sa mga comment
Yes, ma'am.
namin. Share, take it positively.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway,
Actually, we're thankful po na na-correct po kami. Thank you, ma'am.
okay, thank you. Good
Thank you
day.
po. Good day
Bye-bye,
po.
Ma'am Jinky, Sir Vito, Sir
Happy
Ron.
Thank you
lunch.
din po. God bless po
Bye-bye.
everyone.
God bless. Bye-bye po.
God bless
Have a
po.
good lunch po.
Wilma, oras na.
Wilma Barosa, nandyan ka pa. Kanina ka.
Sir, nakikinig po ako.
hindi ka man lang nag-panel. Kala ko panelist ka. Kanina ka pa nandyan. Sabi ko mamaya pa yung turn ninyong hapon. -5.
Nakinig po. Sorry,
Ala,
sorry.
nagkukuha ng si Vilma.
Siguro naman maganda ang presentation yung mamaya niyan dahil yung 4 na section na pakinggan mo.
Sorry po.
Okay, no
Hindi,
problem.
okay
Sige.
lang, okay lang.
Have a great
Para
lunch po.
alam mo na yung mga mamaya. Okay, bye-bye. Anyway, hindi naman kami yung panelist mamaya. Tama, Sir Vito, no?
Opo.
Yes po. Ibang
Ipagkakalat ko na lang po mamaya sa mga panelists na nakinig po siya.
Good luck, Sir Ron. Hanggang mamaya ka pa.
Yes po. Hindi po. Good luck po. Bye.
Bye-bye po.
Salamat po.
Good day po. Thank you po ulit.
Okay.
Good day po.
Sir Vito, permission to leave. Pasok na lang ako na mamaya ulit.
Okay, bye-bye po.
I-encourage po muna. Baka malobat ako.
Okay, thank you very much po.
Thank you po.
Estaba amargado.